tweeted it, so too bad. If we're not.
It's too late.
There we are.
We're on! Hi, everyone. Every, however many, one or two people that may be watching right now. Hello! For those that are rejoining us, thank you. We much appreciate you as an audience. And for those of you that are new, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy fairy tales and folk tales and D&D, because this is basically a mashup of all of those things. So let's roll through our intro here. Welcome to Wishmakers and Rinthia, which is the place where you can have a wish granted if you can pass the test. So I am Jessica, Jess, Joe, pick your nickname. I'm the DM. I guide all these lovely folks through the world of Rinthia. We do have a guest tonight, so I'm going to put Mr. Adam Rowe on the spot first to introduce himself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Adam Rowe. I'm a voice actor, mostly for Funimation. I guess if I'm actually known for anything, it would be as Greyveil in their dub of Gossick. And I got a few other things coming out. Otherwise, that's probably the most exciting thing I've got to say right now.
Yay! He's joining us to play one of our villainous characters, who was in fact named after him. If you saw last episode, Rowe, the werewolf, who showed up and harried our heroes a little bit. I have passed all he needs to take this guy into his hands and try to kill our party with.
We're gonna die. Forward to killing you soon.
So next up, we will go to Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I go by Big Dumb Artist on the interwebs and stuff. Doing the whole intro, I guess. Filmmaker, visual effects artist, motion graphics artist. I do all the arty type things with the video and the movie making. In terms of new stuff, I actually have a couple announcements. Next week, so November 6th to the 11th, I'm going to be doing a streaming everyday marathon, doing the video games and fun time things, hopefully raising a little bit of money to replace my video card that has decided to die, and also probably fix my car that has decided that the heating system would no longer like to work, which in an Alberta winter is not good. So that'll be happening every week. Yeah, it's really bad. It's not good. I basically can't drive right now, which is great. But yeah, so all the information for that is pinned to the top of my Twitter, which is at BigDamnArtist. So you can go check that out. Come by, swing by if you want to, hang out. If you can donate a little bit. If not, spread the word and come hang out, because it's always way more fun if people are watching.
Yay.
And then number 2, like I said last episode, Skinner, which is the short film that I produced in collaboration with K-Puppet Films early last year and has been doing the festival route for the past year, has officially been launched online as of the 31st. So that is now available for viewing. Oh, excuse me. You can find that on my webpage, or actually probably my webpage is probably the easiest, which is zangrathordigital.ca, which you can find the link for on my Twitter, as always, with all that kind of fun stuff. You can go check out some of the things that I do that aren't D&D or video games.
And
so that is me.
You are Sah'Shad, the kitty.
I am Sah'Shad, the snow leopard tabaxi. Yes.
Rogue/druid?
Rogue/druid.
Yeah. Which are you more of? I forget.
I am level 7 rogue, level 3 druid.
More stabby, less...
More stabby.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Except lately.
Yeah.
Yes, well. Next up, we'll go to Lissi.
Hello. I am the Doofus Face on Twitter. And Doofus Face on Tumblr. And I do the art. And I am the cleric Cork. And I'll be at Anime NYC.
Yay!
November 17th.
Go buy her art if you're in the area.
I'll have Wishmaker's art. I will have Wishmaker's art. I'll have Critical Role stuff. Star versus the Forces of Evil. I forgot what else I had there.
Lots of cool prints, though.
There's a lot of prints. I'll be doing con commissions, and they'll be cheaper than my usuals. So if you want to get a commission and you've been like, I don't have that much money, it's the best place to get it.
And you get to meet her. She's awesome.
That's not that creative.
No, that's cool.
It's all right. It's a little bonus I got. Consolation prize. You can't get into a panel. I might have a t-shirt.
Yes.
For Ops.
Yes.
But it will probably just be my t-shirt.
Some t-shirt ideas are being floated around.
Like a prototype t-shirt.
We're working on it.
Just a logo. Anyone who wants to see the official art for Wishmakers, it's on wishmakersdnd.tumblr.com. It's pinned to our Twitter, _Wishmakers.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the Twitter is. It's at the bottom of the
it's
overlay. It's on the screen.
It's over there.
It's on the overlay. It's somewhere.
It's on the screen. You'll find it.
We will have character sheets up with little. The height chart does not have everybody's equipment, so we'll have like little tidbits, equipment, like a little question form there that everybody answered in character, and it will probably be colored and printed if you want it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do a poll.
We're figuring out things for the dedicated few.
The 5 people.
Yeah. We love you. We love you.
Also for commissions, regular commissions are open. There are discounts for D&D parties.
You should commission her. Her stuff's great.
There's 20%. Why are you giving me that face?
If I didn't like your art, my dear, I would have drawn our party myself. As an artist, I am saying I like your art, so
okay, I'll take it.
She's a proper artist. She's really humble.
I don't like to
humble, neurotic. We're all artists. We know the difference.
But seriously, track her down on Twitter and hit her up to get your D&D characters drawn. She's really
like a 20% for black and white, man, and then 15% off if you get it colored. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, did I miss it? I said my character this time.
Cork. Cleric.
Yeah, I did.
She likes bread.
I like bread. We might have
she
a
likes
bread shirt.
Lots of bread.
We might have a bread shirt.
We do. Yes. Next up, Linda.
And I'm Linda. I play Arzalan, the lore bard. Also a fire ganassi, which has everyone staring because he is very bright, shiny, and gold. So,
Cora asked last episode if he was painted.
Just ask somebody if they're painted.
I'm Tricky Minstrel on Twitter. Follow me as well, and I've got a point because I don't post that much, but for myself, I'm a poet, I'm the game's lore keeper, and I'm also a fortune teller. Yeah. But no, I will not do your fortune over the internet. Tough luck. I'm old school. You gotta touch those cards.
Don't ask. But yes, Linda does a lot of work that goes unseen and probably underappreciated in keeping track of all the stuff that I spew during these sessions.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, so
there's a lot of docs.
She keeps track of all of that stuff and makes sure that the information is accurate and is sort of our timekeeper and reminds me how many actual days have passed in the game world.
We're heading into day 30 for anyone who's keeping track.
Yes. And last but not least, Mike.
Hey guys, I'm Mike, part-time gamer, part-time DM, historian, which is why I get to play the wizard, the half-elven wizard / ranger Xellos.
Nerds! Just kidding, I love wizards, they're my favorite.
Yep.
All right, well then. I think that's everything for all the random announcements and self-plugs and all that cool stuff.
I thought of one thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, everyone was plugging their Twitter, and I forgot.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm new at this. But you can follow me on Twitter at Adam Rowe VO. Easy to remember.
Yes, as well you should.
I have added it to the Nightbot, so if you don't know how to spell something for Twitters, it's all in the Nightbot in the chat.
Yay!
For the people watching.
Yeah, and the Nightbot will post all our classes and info and everybody's details. So just in case you come in at some point or you forget, it's in there. Just check the chat history. So let's see, a little bit of a reminder on how I roll with rules. I am rules light, roleplay heavy, so we fudge numbers here sometimes. It's pretty fast and loose, so please don't tell me that I did a thing wrong because I basically don't care. Don't tell these guys they did a thing wrong because they don't care.
You might get an answer that will consist of a single finger.
I would have appreciated being let known that I was like using half of my stats wrong.
Okay, well, in that case...
But in every other case, we probably don't care.
If we're accidentally nerfing ourselves, by all means, tell us.
Also, I don't really like Matt Mercer's blood domain for clerics is new.
Yes.
And I'm not entirely sure how everything works.
Yes,
So
that is worth noting.
One way to find out.
Because I'm like, am I OP right now? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that is something worth noting. Her cleric's domain is a thing from the Taldore campaign guide, so it is different. Also, we have various homebrew rules, which I won't go into exhaustively here. The main thing to keep in mind, and this goes for all of you guys except you, Adam. Sorry, you don't get story points.
I can't spend 3 to kill the whole party.
You spent 3 to cancel it out.
I'm leaving.
So the story points I have liberally stolen from the Doctor Who tabletop RPG. Essentially, they all get 3 story points starting out. They can spend anywhere from 1 to 3 to impact the story in small or large ways.
Like not being turned into a werewolf.
Yes. You did spend 1, did you not?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'd like to spend 3 to turn to a Minthian warlock.
Well... that might happen anyway.
Points to find the wish.
Not that big.
Can we all spend all our story points?
No, you can't actually compile them. That's not how they work. Making me regret these decisions already. So, just know that that's a thing. If someone talks about story points, that's where it comes from. You're free to look it up and get some idea. They have it on Wikipedia and whatnot. So, anyway, I think that's it. If you're still with us after all of our announcements, we are about to get started. Please like, share, and follow us on the social media things. We'd like to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube eventually, so we can have our own URL and be like the big kids.
Yay!
Be like the big.
Be like the big D&D kids. But yeah, otherwise, just spread the word. And without further ado, we're going to dive into Rinthia and hopefully have a good time and not die.
A good time.
We shall see.
I hope.
Cue theme music.
This is where the opening would be if we had one. We'll get there.
It's working in progress.
It's okay.
The break's also working.
It's okay.
A work in progress. Working.
A work in progress.
All right. So we're going to go into the recap of session 4, which was a very lengthy session and a lot of things happened. So, last time, as you all attempted to regain your rattled nerves in the wake of the encounter with the Dark Door, you found yourselves each haunted by a part of what you saw. Whether from the dread it instilled in all of you or something else, you found your limited trust in your fellow Wishmakers shaken when Cork revealed that the cruel woman depicted on the doorway mastering the undead bore a striking resemblance to her. Sah'Shad, incensed by the woman's seeming ties to the tendrils of death depicted on that door, demanded answers. Though you worked out your differences tentatively, there was not time to settle in properly before you found yourselves beset by a pack of werewolves. An ill-placed lightning spell from Xellos managed to partly strike Ashenlock, Though the night survived and the battle continued unabated. In the chaos, you were joined by a young woman in a red cloak who fired on the werewolves with a kind of firearm. After killing most of them, save their leader, Rowe, who fled, you all properly met the girl, Cora, who confessed her vendetta against the werewolves who slew her family and razed her village. You agreed to help her deal with them once and for all, and in return she agreed to serve as your guide out of the Edgewood, being quite familiar with the terrain there. Before you all set out for the remains of Redford village, though, a scent of rot wafting from Ashenlock's wounds led to an unfortunate discovery that nearly ended in a severing of ties with the party. Though he did not offer specifics, the knight implied that he was suffering from a curse, which was slowly leading him toward undeath. Cork vowed to find a way to stop it in accordance with her tenets as a follower of the Raven Queen. And so, with secrets unfolding by and by in the night, you all continued on to take your rest in the remains of Cora's village. Music change.
Music change.
And then we will proceed on to the village. All right. Whoa.
There it is.
Hey. Music.
That's
It changed and it was loud. I'm sorry.
Yes. Big mood.
So, from a distance, the village appears quaint, sleepy. As you draw nearer, though, little details pointing to the carnage begin to stand out. Gashes in the earth made by clawed feet, darkened stains in the dust and hay where bodies must have once bled their last. Homes are dark, empty, ragged-looking. Not a single chimney billows with smoke, and everything is quiet but for the lapping of the watermill as it methodically runs its course, heedless of the savagery that left it alone in this place. So, Cora walks a little bit ahead of all of you, and then just kind of turns and stops and gestures around. Well, here we are. This is Redford. What's left of it, anyway. The tavern there has rooms. It's still in decent enough shape. You can shack up there for the night if you want.
Cora, how certain are we that this place is abandoned?
I come back through here each day and do a surveillance. My house is still here. I wasn't going to leave. Got a few things set out, but if they show up, they show up. But there's a cellar in the inn that we can bar them out of if we need to.
Understood.
So, be vigilant, but it's a roof over your head anyway. There's food in there too. I did some hunting earlier today, so there's enough to eat if you guys are hungry.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
So she heads on over, takes a key from about her neck and unlocks the tavern door, opens it up and steps inside, and then makes room for all of you to come in.
Can I stay outside for a second?
Sure.
I'm actually, as I'm passing, Cora, do any of these buildings still have libraries or books?
Redford's a little village. You're lucky to find too many people here that read.
It's worth asking.
Is there a particular book you're looking for?
Just trying to get bearings.
Well, there's... My dad's got a map. I could go pick it up from the house.
That would actually be marvelously useful.
Yeah, I'll go grab it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I wander into the front area of the...
Yeah, the tavern has a big kind of a tap room, common room. It's definitely more pub tavern situation than it is like an inn. This place doesn't appear to be one of those villages that likely sees a lot of travelers from afar needing a place to stay. It was more of a gathering place for the residents of Redford to come hang out together and, you know, after their work day.
I'm going to start seeing if there's like a what the kitchen has and just sort of start preparing meals and food and stuff like that for everyone.
Yeah, you go in and you light the sconces and such to get some light going in the place, and there's a fireplace, so you can set that up. There is meat that Cora has already prepped and stowed away in the kitchen, and there's also a little bit of produce that it's seen better days, but it's not quite gone yet, so it's usable. If you wanted to, cut together a stew or something of that nature, you have all the things you need to do that.
Yeah, I'm just going to start preparing a stew or something for everyone out of the ingredients in there.
Okay. Conspicuously, there are no knoll meats here.
I'm
Must fight cancel.
Keeping a watchful eye out for it.
Yeah. I'm not going in quite yet. I'm just going to poke around the village a little bit, then wander over to the mill.
Okay.
This is, quite bluntly, what the hell is this thing?
Okay, that's a little ways back. It's much further at the back of the village, and it's a village, but it's spacious enough, so it's going to take you a couple minutes to head back that way.
Yeah, I will say as I'm going to go look at something that looked a bit interesting to me anyway. It's probably come to you, but...
I mean, we won't lose sight of him.
Glowing like a golden beacon in the dark. All right. So, Arza, you head off to the mill, which it's just there's the water wheel, and you can kind of hear a strange sort of grinding coming from the building next to it. The water mill is just kind of rolling through thanks to the current of the stream that rolls through this village. That kind of cuts it in half, actually. There's more stuff beyond the mill. Just a few more little houses and things that are left abandoned. But it's a very interesting contraption. This wooden wheel that just sort of carries water and is moved by the water.
I know the wind version, so...
Yeah. You get an idea that it's obviously used to power something or make something else move.
In that case, I'm going to start poking along the river edge, see if there are any kind of eggs there.
Okay.
Hey, I didn't get to have my crocodile eggs. I want to find something to eat.
All right. You do see movement under the water, which a little bit of like flickering of silver, and you can kind of tell there's like fish swimming through the water, but there are no eggs. There are stones.
What is with this world? Just kind of kick one of the stones in the water and start heading back.
Okay. The stone just plops in with a splash and goes on downstream. So
I know what fish are, but I don't know how to fish.
So you head on back. Sorely disappointed in a distinct lack of crocodile eggs.
Any kind of egg, really, at this point.
Okay.
It's a favorite food. Come on.
Aww. Xellos doing?
Xellos is basically just sort of looking around, surveying. It's not his first time in an abandoned city that he's had to walk through.
Depressing.
Yeah. This is
probably just take a moment of reflection, just looking around.
Yeah. This is a small but a well-established village. The houses that are built there are very sturdy looking. They're made of stone with wooden beams, and there's deeply thatched, there's heavy thatching on the rooftops. So it's small and quaint, but it was definitely, these people were here and possibly had been here for at least a few generations. They had settled well in. And the tavern and inn is a pretty sizable building. It's one of the biggest buildings in the village. So it seems like it was sort of the hub of where people would have gathered and hung out.
Yeah, you just take a moment of reflection or walking inside the tavern, maybe offering to help with the meal.
Okay. So you head into the kitchen and you see Sah'Shad already quite busily chopping up stuff and like going to town making a meal of some kind.
I'm druid crafting like some herbs and stuff to like actually give it flavor, because you can do wonders with a couple herbs.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I'd probably just walk up and say, if you're looking for any help or anything. need a hand in the kitchen.
Chop these, and then I just hand him a knife.
Yeah, sure. I'll just start chopping.
Sah'Shad is deeply in his cooking zone right now.
It's like an
The
anime.
Zen space.
Once we're inside, does the fireplace still have ashes in it? So it's obvious what its purpose even is.
Yeah. It's this village has only been abandoned for a handful of days, weeks.
And he would buy it still, or
Yeah,
we'll have to go get some.
There's plenty. You get the sense it's been well kept, and obviously there's no bodies here. It's been fairly cleaned up. Cora did mention that she has been staying in the village, so it seems likely that she has done a little bit of cleanup in these places and tried to maintain things a little.
Okay, I'll start throwing some wood on there, and then of course cheat to light the fire because screw using splint and steel.
Okay. You chuck some wood onto the fire and then produce flame and get a nice toasty fire going, and the orange glow spreads around in the tap room. Ash, for his part, just goes and finds a table to quietly sit at and just sort of observes the place.
I didn't go inside yet.
Okay.
Are there houses with no roofs? Or like partially removed roofs?
Mm-mm. No, they're all... This place actually wasn't heavily damaged in terms of...
The houses.
Yeah. Structural... Okay. There was no structural damage here. If there was anything that the werewolves did, it seemed like it was mainly... They dealt with the people, and maybe a couple doors look like they've been busted in because they're leaning up against the houses rather than actually being inside the frames. But other than that, there's no significant destruction.
What's the closest, most wrecked looking house? Is it like far?
No. I mean, most anything in this village is just a couple minutes walk from end to end.
I'll just go to the closest one that looks like it's got damage.
Okay. You find one that has the door was broken in two pieces and is just kind of laying off to the side, so the doorway is wide open for you to walk in. Inside the house, it looks like it got completely ransacked. Things are overturned. Dressers are completely dumped out. There's just debris.
Does it look like... Is there like a lot of blood?
No, the village has been by and large fairly cleaned up.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume they got turned into werewolves. I'll go inside. Is there like a second floor?
No, these are all small.
All right.
These are small one-room homes.
All right.
The only two-story building in the entire place is the tavern.
I'll go inside. I'll check if anyone followed me.
You seem alone.
I'm gonna cast silence.
Okay.
In the darkest corner of the house.
Okay.
I'm gonna scream for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And like punch and kick and slice at the walls.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you rage in magical silence for a good 10 minutes. Getting all of the frustrations of the past couple of days out. And just tearing into what you can until your hands are aching from the punching and the kicking, and you're physically tired from the screaming.
Okay. And after that ends, I will pull out the silver mirror.
Okay.
And practice the smile I've been doing for the past 13 years.
Okay. So you practice your smiling.
Now I'll go back.
All right.
To the tavern.
Smile securely in place. Calm, restored, more or less. You make your way back to the rest of the party. Everybody's kind of... Yeah, everybody... God, everybody's in the kitchen. Okay. This can only end in tears. Suddenly,
is the fireplace also in the kitchen, or is that out front of the...
there's the fireplace in the common room, but there's also a fireplace in where the kitchen is for cooking express.
I think the one that I would have started was the one in the kitchen, so I could just
I took the other one in the common room.
Yeah.
I'm keeping that one all to myself right now.
Yeah. Arza is huddling by the kitchen. Ash is just settled at a table, not too far off. Just kind of giving his weaponry and armor a bit of a shine, for want of anything else. And everybody else is piling in the kitchen trying to help Sah'Shad cook, apparently.
Everybody out.
I give you a
I
break.
need to cook. Go sit down. Go sit.
Suddenly, Sah'Shad is mom.
He's both mom and dad.
Mom shot.
He's that mom shot. Didn't we call this like the first day? Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll get.
So
I'll just leave it
I
with it
push
for
everyone out of the kitchen.
You bodily shove the others out of the kitchen. There is a door. Do you want to close it?
Have I found any alcohol in the kitchen?
There's like cooking wine, like a jug of cooking wine. That's pretty easy to identify.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that. I shove it into Arz's hand and just sit. Go.
I wasn't
Go.
at the
Yeah.
kitchen one. I was in the
Arza wasn't
common
there.
I
room.
think you mean
Oh.
Xellos.
Or Zealous.
Yeah.
Whoever was in the kitchen.
Yeah. So Xellos, he shoves wine into your hands and pushes you all out bodily.
Here, play with this.
Get out of the
Basically.
kitchen!
Go have fun, children. Leave mommy alone in the kitchen.
Giving them alcohol might be counter to that, because then they're going to
As
get
long
drunk.
as they're out there and not in here, I'm happy.
I think it's funny because like, once I'm at the door,
I'm
I
just-
kind of just look at it. But I don't drink.
Just watching everyone get shoved out and like, so he didn't want the help.
Cora is standing behind the bar area, which is the door to the kitchen is right behind that. So she was cleaning up the bar and actually filling tankards from the keg that's beside the bar. And she just turns and looks and is like, "So I take it he's the cook."
We did not really know. We haven't really been cooking.
Okay, that's cooking wine. You probably shouldn't drink it. Here, and Xellos, she hands you a
Yeah.
tankard of ale.
Yeah, I'll just set the other bottle on the counter.
Okay.
I pop outside the door. Actually, I need this. And grab the bottle of cooking wine.
Yeah.
So Cora hands around tankards. She walks one over to you, Arza. She starts to walk one over to Ash, but realizes that maybe that's not worth doing. But she sets it gingerly at the edge of the table and just kind of leaves it there and walks back to go collect her own tankard and take a seat at the bar. Well, got a few hours before it's time to turn in, so dinner and a bit of a drink is nice. It's good to have company for once.
Well, if all goes well, you have company for at least a few nights.
If all goes well, once we're done, I'll be getting out of here myself. No reason to stay once they're taken care of.
Given up on this place entirely,
I sent everyone away. They've all dispersed, gone to New Folk or other places where they might have family. Nobody's gonna come back.
You're welcome to come with us for however long you like.
I'll be alright. It's an opportunity to travel, I guess. If you want to really throw a silver lining on it. Once I take care of him, anyway. Sorry. Huge downer. So you guys are all from outside, right?
I suppose if you mean from other worlds, that suffices.
Well, I know you are. So, what are your homes like?
Cold.
Okay. Like cold snow? Because we have that, so that's not too new.
Cold snow and sea. And sometimes not cold if I have to go to the other continents.
Sea. What's
It's,
that?
it's like a river, but bigger and saltier.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. I mean,
At this point, Sah'Shad wanders out carrying like 3 bowls in each paw
okay.
of like. It's a pretty decently looking stew. Like,
Okay.
you know, it looks pretty good.
Okay.
And starts passing out.
All right. Canonically, is Sah'Shad a good cook, a decent cook, or do you want to roll for it?
He's a decent cook. He's been surviving out in the wilderness for a while. He's got that was one of the first things he kind of figured out when he was druiding. He was like, okay, I need to kind of figure out how to cook. So
Okay. Druid assisted cooking.
yeah, pretty much.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna poke my finger in to taste it first.
The sniff and taste again.
It's like a good like hearty camping stew. Let's
Okay.
put it that way.
Sounds good.
And there is bread.
Cork produces a lot of bread.
Always bread.
I left it with Sah'Shad. I feel like he would have sliced it by now.
Okay.
I toasted it and put
Yeah.
a little bit of something on it.
Nice,
Sure.
nice.
You know,
Some,
gotta
little,
keep
some garlicky herbed butter.
It's a
Yeah.
treat tonight.
There we go.
I eat the
Except
stew,
for
but I
Ash.
just kind of tuck the bread aside.
Okay.
Well, it's been a long couple of days, so here's to rest.
Tell you what, this is better than anything I've had in a few days.
Well, enjoy. There's a lot left.
I'm eating.
Please eat.
I'm eating.
Yeah.
I enjoy.
Cora digs in. I assume most of you dig in your way. Obviously, Ash does not dig in because he doesn't eat food.
Yeah.
I just kind of slowly just edge it to somebody else who wants to eat. Just
Okay.
apologetically at Ash.
Okay.
I feel like everyone else is hungry.
All right. So you all have yourselves a hearty dinner. Cora looks to you, Arzalan, and is just kind of like, all right, so we have a sea over there. I'm real curious about where you're from. What's it like?
You could say we have 2 types of sea where I'm from. There's the one that is filled with water and salt, and it's actually quite violent. No one's dared cross it in centuries, not ever since the rest of the world burned. As for the
Okay.
other sea, we have sand seas. And silt seas, actually. No, we actually have 2. The sand seas, they're high dunes. Think of sharply pointed hills. Not as tall as mountains, but rather dangerous to climb because if you happen to slide down to the bottom, you may go below the surface of the sand and disappear forever. Then there is the silt. The silt is like water made of sand. It's gritty. You can actually, if you have the right kind of craft, ride it much like you do water. But if you're not careful, you'll sink. And once you're in there, there's no getting out.
Okay. Well, that's scary.
Also, we have far-off mountains made of glass from the burning. Sometimes they say you can still see the flames beyond them.
Wow.
Where our gods managed to finally stop the Prince of Flames, and, well, his flames still burn the rest of the world, but not the part we live in.
Huh. This Prince of Flames thing sounds like a story.
Well, if you really want to hear it, it's not exactly the cheeriest tale, but...
Oh, well. We've all got plenty of those, I'm sure.
Well, is everyone in the mood for a story, then?
That would be nice.
Good
All
food,
right.
good drink, and a tale. Sounds like a proper night to give this tavern some life again.
In just a moment. You usually tell us in my own language, but you understand a word of that. I know that already. All right. Ages passed, well beyond the point which we any longer keep record. And Efreet, you know what they are, correct? I'm looking to the whole group.
I've heard stories about him.
A very powerful one decided he was quite done being a mere noble who thought he was a god and wanted to truly become one. For such an ascension to happen, however, he needed to do something incredible. He needed power. He also needed, to get that power, a sacrifice. He decided a world would suffice. At this point, the War of Flame began. They say it actually started not on the surface, but in the heart of our world. We conquered the dark realms of the Drow and the Mind Flayers. We only know of this when the dwarves came spilling up from the holds beneath, just barely outrunning the flames that chased them. And these flames did not stop at merely coming through the world, it began to burn across. Plains, forests, which I only now understand the meaning of, because such things are only myths where I'm from. The lakes boiled, the rivers vanished, everything turned to glass. There is no true night where I'm from now, as there is here. It's never dark. Even when the sun goes down, the light from the fires still carries on. Their smoke show us no stars. The sun is bright enough it can burn through the cloud. That's not a blessing. But in time, the prince was stopped. He managed to amass an army of Efreet. But our gods of darkness and light both joined hands, and for once were actually honest about it, and managed to drive him back, but they were not able to destroy him. The Prince of Flames is still there, still on his throne, but now he's chained to it. He can come into our world for only the briefest of times, still searching for that power he is so very sure can grant him his ascension. But he can only appear for a day. Unfortunately, a day is all that is required to do what earns such as me such an ill reputation. For it's not very rare that an Efreet should decide to use a Ganassi to do his bidding. Unfortunately, that gets we who share the Efreeti blood an understandable bit of distrust. Because they never know which Efreet is responsible for us. But they do know he had many sons and daughters of such heritage that marched with him.
Huh. Yeah, not cheery. But wow.
Well, on the upside, we did win. It was nearly a pointless victory, but we won.
Well, you still have a world, so there's that.
There's even some rumor that his power's begun to wane, but no one's been able to cross the sea to find out. But someone claimed there were some leaves carried across on the wind. They certainly didn't come from our world, from our land.
Huh. So maybe a forest.
Maybe a forest, maybe just some opportunistic plan finding a last place to survive by a shoreline. No one can cross to find out.
Forest needs to start somewhere.
There's some stories that the Edgewood was honestly just a tree that somebody a long, long, long time ago, one of the first Wishmakers, I guess, brought with them to Rinthia. They had some seeds they dropped, nuts or something like that.
It's a lot of nuts.
There's a lot of food. Fidget was writing everything down.
Okay. Apologies, by the way. Somebody in my household is vacuuming because they don't respect my time.
I can't. I can't actually hear that. 1 second.
That's shocking because it's right outside my door.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
I also get myself up a little loud.
Anyway.
If you hear something like smacking, it's because there's flies and we're killing them.
That's what that is. Okay.
D&D,
Don't worry about
everyone. We live in houses that have real problems that we're trying to pretend
beam,
are not.
like cracking inside the tavern.
Yes.
It's the Lord of the Flies.
Ew.
Oh, damn flies.
So,
Who's Piggy?
Yeah. So you all kind of chat a little while. Have your dinner. Is there anything else you guys want to do or converse?
I do want to take a look at that map.
Okay. You bring it back up to Cora, and she's like, "Oh, right. Well, here, you want to come on with me? I need to go check on Smoke anyway before it gets too late."
Leads the way.
All right. So she steps out with you and goes around the back of the tavern to where the stables are, which are fairly well empty, except one of the stalls has a dappled gray horse standing inside it quietly. Just she goes up and lavishes a bit of attention on the horse and gets a feed bag, and she's like, "Hey girl, it's been a while. It's all right. I got some friends. When I'm ready to leave, Smoke and I will be getting out of here together."
Friends are always handy.
All right, you have a good night. I'll see you in the morning. And she heads on out of the stables and makes her way not too far back around to the front of the tavern, across the small, it's not really a street, it's like a small path, but across the way there is what looks like probably the general store of the village, and next to it is a smithy and the workshop and stuff that at a glance, even in the low light, appears like it was definitely not abandoned and has been relatively recently used. And next to that is a house that she again pulls a key from and unlocks the doors.
Is there like a window or anything looking into the blacksmith?
Yeah.
Or in a smithy?
Yeah, there's a broad window area there.
I just kind of pause and look in. It's the workshop of well, yours truly, I assume.
Has been lately. My dad used to work through there. He wasn't actually the blacksmith, but he did a lot of his tinkering in a corner of that shop. And I'd got to, when they'd let me, get in the way.
You have to give me a tour sometime.
Sure. I'm gonna pack up what I can when I end up leaving here. There's a few things that are kind of worth keeping. Can't pick up the whole thing and take it with me, but I mean, most of the standard blacksmith accoutrements you really can find anywhere, as long as I get myself in a town or a city.
Are those common here?
A smithy? Or a town or a city?
The guns.
No. Not really. That was kind of a family thing. Dad tried to keep it that way. Rowe didn't want to.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just trying to wrap my head around this place. We have too many of them back home.
Really? What's it like?
Oddly beautiful, I suppose you could say. It's advanced in its own ways, regressive in its own. The parts that I come from were very beautiful.
Were?
The mountains. taller than probably anything you've ever seen. We would live at the top of them. With the wind and the snow.
Oh, you guys in your cold places.
It's sort of built for it, you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they we lived at the top of the mountains and watched the snow come in, snow go out every year. It was peaceful, I suppose you could say.
We get a little snow now and then in the Edgewood here. Mostly just in deepest winter. It gets pretty frigid, but I don't know if we're high enough to see as much snow. You go a little further north, though, you got it. New Folk gets a nice winter.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yes, the the mountains are lovely. The further south is the city where I spent most of my time. It's where most of people spends their time.
A big city.
Yes, big, civilized.
I know.
City. Anyways, this map.
Right. Let me see. She heads into the house, and after a moment, some light emerges as she's lit a lantern on the table. Come on in.
I duck in the door and poke around the corner.
Yeah. So when you step inside, it's only you can kind of gauge from the rest of these houses. It's just one room. It's partitioned a little bit by folding screens made from planks of unfinished wood. There are 2 woodwork beds on one end of the room. They're clean, but they've got they're kind of rumpled up, and there's a bit of straw sticking out of the mattresses. At the other end of the room, there's the wooden table where she's got the lantern that she's set, and there's some earthenware plates and cups. There's a stonecraft fireplace that's got a big cauldron in there, much like the one that was in the kitchen in the inn. And then there's a wooden closet alongside that that's bound with a heavy iron lock. And hanging over the wall of the fireplace is a giant gray pelt taken from a man-sized creature. If you look closely on the table, you can also see there is a brass pocket watch on a chain left sitting there with a little bit of ornate detailing on the front of it. Cora goes inside the closet and... Sure. Cora goes inside and unlocks the closet and opens it up. Inside, you see, as she's digging around in there, you see more firearms. One among them is a particularly sizable piece of equipment that looks like pretty bad news for anyone on the receiving end, we shall say. Yeah. So you see that in there and a few other things, some bandoliers of ammo and whatnot set there, and some tools and stuff neatly set in there. And there's a small safe at the very bottom that is also locked. She digs around and she finds a scroll case and pulls it out and locks up the closet once again. She pulls it open and unfurls a map that this one is much more formally drawn than what you saw in that one book. There's actual landmarks listed here, just some small villages and things that are noted, some farmland that you can see extending out beyond the Edgewood. You see Redford clearly marks some farmland beyond the Edgewood, and then you see New Folk well beyond that. And judging by the way things are rendered on this map, you get the sense that New Folk is a city.
Right.
Rather than, a tiny little village like this.
Is there anything extending further south? Or is it, or is I guess, how many other towns and cities is it? Or does it look like it's pretty much just contained?
It's more or less contained to this region that you can see.
Right.
It doesn't really extend beyond New Folk. And to the south is essentially... This gives you a better idea of just how vast the Edgewood itself is. It consumes pretty much the whole lower left corner and side of this map.
Right.
So the fragment of the Edgewood where you appeared and where Redford is actually pretty close to the outer edge of the Edgewood. So you're not deep in the forest. You're actually not that far in.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, this is the only map that he ever had. We didn't really get out much, I guess.
It's useful. It's more than we've had so far.
Yeah.
More or less.
You're welcome to keep it if you want.
Much obliged. Have you ever been to the beyond any of this? You heard anything beyond any of this?
I haven't really. I got to go to New Folk once when I was little. We all took a trip out that way, but mostly it was just Rowe would do the traveling for my father. He sold the wares that he made.
Right.
Before this. He'd go far and wide, and he told some stories now and then. But other than New Folk, I don't know. It's pretty big. Sometimes he'd be gone a fairly long time. Come back with some interesting trinkets and things.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
You're bound to find folks in New Folk who will probably be able to tell you a lot more. Might even find a better map. They actually get travelers through there a lot.
Fair enough. Well, thank you.
Yeah. And she packs up the remainder of the scroll case, stows it back in the closet, and locks everything up. Drops the key back down. So, I guess we'll just stick around the inn tonight. Kind of don't feel like sleeping in my little house when there's actually people around.
Well, company is always welcome.
Yeah. And if they show up again, it might be good to make sure we're all together.
Smart.
All right. Well, let me shut down in here. And she ushers you out and then closes down there. She takes the lantern with her and closes up the house. And you guys make your way back across the street toward the inn. Everybody else, what are you all up to inside?
Well, that was happening.
Yes.
Xellos, you didn't say where you were from.
Where I'm from was a land of immense beauty. Sprawling continents, vast terrain. When I was young, my master took me all over the world. We saw everywhere. It inspired me to be an adventurer later in life. It led me ultimately here, I suppose. Beautiful skies at night, the two moons hanging in the sky. It was beautiful once.
Once. Well. I'm gonna get up before Sah'Shad and Cora get back.
Okay.
Just a pat Ashenlock. Consolingly.
You give him a little pat on the shoulder. He glances up. He seems like he was a bit lost in thought. What is it?
If you need to blow some steam off, there's a way to keep everything quiet. And then I wave at Arzalan. And then I go to my room and pray a little bit.
Okay, so you head up the stairs, and go find a room. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you kind of have your pick.
Yeah.
So you just go to a room and settle down to pray for the evening, which leaves Ashenlock and Xellos and Arza. You're all kind of just milling about inside the inn.
Well, now that Mom's out of the kitchen, I'm going to poke in there, namely to see if I can find some salt.
Okay. You mean you don't already have it with you?
Wrong salt.
All right, you head inside the kitchen, and after some quick rummaging around, I mean, one kitchen is surprisingly fairly much like another, and you manage to find salt with little trouble.
Take a fair amount of it if I can. Tuck it in a little pouch.
Okay.
Hopefully it's in a little pouch already, but...
Yeah. It was in like a jar type of a thing, so you just scoop some out into a pouch.
Yeah, I'll just tuck that in my sash for later use.
Okay.
Then wander
Saving
back
the
out.
salt.
Then wander back out to the rest. Well, they're certainly taking their time.
They're on a date.
Well then.
Hear that out of nowhere.
It's alright, I was muted.
Chris is okay.
Sah'Shad, the most depressing date ever.
The most depressing date ever.
Sah'Shad, most depressing date ever.
It's now being played by Sean Connery.
Yeah. Meow.
I'm just, by this point, Cork is probably headed up to the room.
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of glance over at Xellos, so are you going to wait for them as well, or are you just going to call it a night? Cork plainly has.
I'll wait for them to return.
And I'm going to plunk back next to my beloved fire because I cannot take it with me.
Okay. So you settled by the fire.
Oh.
There's just the soft crackling of the fire, and there's a bit of the scrape, as Ash sharpens his weapon once more, since it's seen a bit of love lately.
This edge lord.
Either of you know anything about fighting werewolves?
I do. If you've not got silver weapons, they shall do you no good.
That's duly noted.
Yes, I was thinking the same myself. That could be a problem.
Yes. They're strong against anything not made of a silvered edge. There's a smithy in this town, though. If anybody's handy with a workshop, there might be a way about it.
I'd also think that if you're going to put silver on something, you have to have the silver first. I may be wrong, but this does not look like quite the place that would conveniently have utensils made of it.
No, I wager not. My weapon is enchanted. I can do significant damage to the creatures. Our hostess appears to have her own methods.
Well, I suppose I'll just remain with them causing the scent of burnt fur then.
Magic works just as well.
That's good to know. Now, if we just do something about the smell they give off, those gnolls were rather...
The scent of anything burning is not particularly pleasant, but you do grow used to it, given enough time in a battle anyway.
I'm spoiled. No, I'm not.
That is rather apparent. You definitely do not seem the type to be content with travel like this.
No, I suppose if you could say I was anything, I was an entertainer.
Oh.
I didn't have a reason to travel, I had a patron.
Well, we are in fine company, it seems.
Don't think too much of it. I'm peasant stock myself, despite the,
Well, you have no need to wear gold. You seem to carry enough of it upon you.
I can't spend it, though.
Well. seems as dangerous a place as any I've ever been, so we should watch our backs and one another's, if we can, until we no longer need to be together.
I suppose we'll see if that time comes.
Well, we've a destination, once we sort out this business with the werewolf. From there, I expect we shall go our separate ways.
I suppose I can't see the reason to argue that at this point.
Do you even know why you came here? You seem remarkably nonchalant about the whole thing.
Yes, I know exactly why I'm here.
Well, to each our own. There's no need to share the wishes. And as that little bit of quiet begins to descend, the door opens and Cora and Sah'Shad come back in.
And the couple returns.
Sure.
A grin.
Beauty and the Beast.
I hate you, but I have to.
Wishmakers, everybody!
The fairy tale. Yeah, all the fairy tale.
Yes. Tale as old as time, you might say. Anyway.
I think it's simple.
Yes. So, they head back inside, and Cora's just like, we all just met, so no, but...
Just a bit of fun. You have to have something to smile about.
Sure.
Ignore them. They're like this. And I roll out the map on one of the tavern tables.
Okay. So you roll the map out. You notice Cork appears to be absent, but given the surroundings, you assume she probably went upstairs to bed.
Cool. I'm just going to sort of point out sort of where we are, where Rowe's little home base, wherever she pointed out to me is.
Okay. So you show everybody the locales on the map. And go ahead.
Might I ask one thing before we start making info plans? Why did they attack?
Well, I guess it's my turn to tell a story, huh?
Maybe someone should go wake up Cork.
Cork just sleeps through all of it.
I'm not sleeping.
Prays through all of it.
Because, well, I have to wait until you guys. I was going to ask you I was going to ask something specific, so. After.
Okay.
While this is happening.
Okay.
Unless they go get me.
Okay.
In which case, we can do that.
Well, truth is, Rowe and my father used to be friends. Well, we thought he was a friend, anyway. They were in business together. My dad was the tinker. He'd build the firearms and other inventions on contracts, and Rowe would go out and deliver them or sell them far and wide. And Rowe took it into his head one day he'd like to make a bigger profit. Came to my dad asking him to sell his schematics so they could mass produce the weapons and make a tidy profit, selling them to some of the far-off kingdoms so they'd have them for war. My father refused. He built these things and invented them for the enjoyment it gave him. He liked to make things that were useful to people. We already had enough to make ends meet here. He didn't want anything more than that. Rowe wouldn't have it. I remember hearing them argue. Came to blows for a bit, but, well, my dad was no weakling himself. Next thing I know, Rowe's taken the whole load of the last profits he'd brought along and stormed off who knows where. We figured he was gone for good. This was, I don't know, a couple years now. Then he comes back with this pack of his. I don't know if the werewolf thing is new or if he was just always hiding it, but I don't know what I could have believed about him now. They razed the village, they sack every house and store, killed anyone who fought back. I was out in the woods. I came back as soon as I got near enough to hear the commotion, and there's this monster squaring off with my father, ripping into him, and I jumped in. I fought him off. Got this scar, and gave him his when he taunted me, told me who he was. But I was too late. It was too late to save my dad, or my sister. So, like I said, the folk that survived, I made them push on to new folk. It's too dangerous here. I knew they'd come back. I knew what he was after. But I'll be damned if I let that greedy son of a bitch have those schematics my father gave his life for. I'll skin him and hang his fucking pelt on the wall in my new house. Sorry.
It's understandable.
If I can just kill him, then it's done. I don't have to worry about those schematics anymore. I've kept them safe for now, but I know he won't stop until he gets them or he dies.
I know they're a treasure your father left, but if there was something your father didn't want spread, should you be preserving them?
You mean burn them or something like that? I could. I don't know. It's hard. It might be better, especially knowing what Rowe was going to do with him. But...
Cora.
Yeah.
I've seen what these things can do on a massive scale. I understand that they are important. Believe me, I wasn't anything, and I just kind of like haphazardly or just kind of mindlessly toying with the necklace.
Sure.
But sometimes it's a better choice.
I know.
That said, if you do destroy them without killing Rowe, what's to say he'll stop?
Yeah. That's the thing. My dad taught me everything he knew. I know how to make it. He knows that. God. He's been around my family since I was a little girl. I don't know. But I'm sorry, and thank you, all of you, for jumping in, being willing to help. It's just this one thing. Just this one thing. If we can get rid of him, then that's it. And I'm taking you guys to New Folk after that. Anybody else need more alcohol? I think I really do. She gets up and goes to the tap.
Okay, I think I've had sufficient.
So yeah, Cork is still upstairs. What are you up to, Cork?
I asked the Queen Mother if she knows anything about the human turning into the undead while he was still alive.
You're asking the Raven Queen?
I'm just praying out loud.
Dear
Yes.
Raven Queen.
Mama.
Mama!
Just asked a man.
That's all we can
Wisdom
do before copyright
from the
infringement
ground.
happens.
Hey, I changed the lyrics.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's parody. It's acceptable.
It's fine. It's fairies.
Yeah. So.
No, I do say that though.
Yeah. You make your prayers.
If you may guide me, help another lost soul. I'm doing what you asked me to do.
You don't really hear. There's no immediate response. But you do kind of get that sense, that presence that has grown comforting to you when you know that you feel it often, when you've been in the temple back in your home world, the presence of the Raven Queen, the warmth of the feathers around you. And you do hear outside the window the fluttering of wings. And if you look on the tree branches outside, there is a raven perched out there, kind of watching you momentarily. Seeming to wait until you do notice and you two lock eyes, and then it flits off.
I'm used to it. That's how she usually answers.
Yeah. Birds!
It's a quiet. It's a quiet. And
they're sick ravens. Sorry.
They're sick. They're very sick. They're ill, like me. But she'll. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. That's the mic.
Technical difficulties. Please hold.
Sorry if that hurt your ears.
We're good.
Probably.
All right. So.
While I'm praying, the thing. Am I pointing at the right side of my face?
Wherever your tattoo is.
It's on this side, and there's one over here. The one that's attached to the holy symbol.
Sure.
Little fun stuff.
Yeah.
I'll make sure the door's closed when that happens. But,
sure. Bit of a glow. All right. So you had your momentary communion with the raven that just kind of gave you a funny stare. Downstairs, Cora is finishing off her second or third, not really sure, tankard, and
who's counting?
Yeah. The evening winds down. It's now gotten fairly late at night, late enough that it wouldn't be, too strange to get yourselves a bit of sleep before sunup.
Are we going to keep watches tonight, or trust to luck that these doors were secure enough to stand up the first time?
In answer, Ashenlock just stands up and goes to situate himself closer to the door. I have it.
I'll certainly trust you, Scorpion.
Well, a lot of you need the sleep.
Or gargoyle.
And indeed, as he sits there with sword and shield ready, should he need them. Yeah. He is very much the gargoyle, poised at the door.
Right. Then I'll just kind of give a little half bow to the rest and head upstairs.
Okay. Xellos?
Yeah. I'll head up too.
All right. So you two head up, Sah'Shad?
Yeah, I'm gonna head upstairs and wait for the tavern to kind of settle down before doing anything.
Okay. Cora also heads up and just finds one of the rooms to crash in.
Oh, is it doff when you? It's doff when you remove your armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do that. Add a little. I'm assuming I have some ink with me, because whatever.
Sure.
I'll continue the strand.
Okay. So you do a little work on your
double check the door is locked.
Yeah. You're doing some ink.
Over, you know where it is. But before bed, probably before, and I'll go to sleep probably before everybody else, even with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you turn in, and as you go to bed, you hear Fidget. Good night.
Thank you. I'm exhausted.
And the
Wait.
rest of you? Oh.
Can you write in Celestial?
Maybe.
I know you can, but can you write? What do you think? What do you think? I should probably. This guy who wrote in the book, right? He can write in the book. Remember? Yeah. Okay. So maybe we should write. Hey, who the heck are you? Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Well.
Who the heck are you in Celestial?
That's nicer, perhaps. Are you maybe my father? Something like that.
So, look, are you my father?
Yeah, that's
Question
better.
mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 question marks.
Double question mark.
Yes.
In front or upside down or like different?
If you want to make it fancy, you can. I trust your artistic ability.
Okay.
Yes.
Smiley face?
I'm not feeling really smiley right now. Just maybe like a... Just a face.
Okay.
Yeah. But with the... so he knows...
Neutral face emoji.
That's exactly...
Have a day.
Just put the little, like, the line, just...
The line and the dots, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, just so he knows who it is, I guess.
Okay.
You could throw yourself on the side, so he knows you are also.
Sure.
Right, anyway, good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Okay. So, after a very interesting dictational exercise with your magical diary.
Do you think this is a good idea?
Like, I don't know. How should we write this?
I've never talked to this person. First impressions? Emoji. What emoji is like?
If I put a heart, would that be doing forward? I don't know.
Yeah,
I want him to know that I like him, but not like I like him.
Yeah, like he hasn't been there exactly. So.
Welcome to our game, everybody.
Yeah. Anyway. So everybody else is also going to bed. Is there anything else any of the rest of you would like to do before you turn in for the evening?
Miss having a portable heater, aka a pet.
You sadly reflect on the absence of Wilhelm, because he was a very toasty little pseudo-dragon. Alright, so you all settle down for the evening and prepare to get yourself some sleep, knowing you have a bit of a journey and most likely some fights ahead of you tomorrow. And with that, we are going to take our little break because the DM is out of coffee, and that is a terrible thing. This makes me nicer.
All the monsters will start rolling 20 if she doesn't have her coffee.
Rolling? Fudging? What's the difference?
And Adam will have advantage on everything.
It doesn't make me nicer.
This is true.
Adam was like smiling every now and then. I was concerned.
He's like, yes.
Great, backstory. I wasn't there.
It's okay.
Rowe is now going to be like a 1940s villain, like.
Everyone here, the meddling kids.
The Chihuahua. He looks like a Chihuahua. The Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
The Chihuahuas. Sounds like a weird, 50s pop band.
I was gonna say, you
our
could
party
have a good 50s doo-wop band called the Chihuahuas.
The Chihuahuas. All right, we're not gonna try that. All right, everybody. Break time. We'll be back in about 5-ish minutes. Popping in and out. Mute yourselves if you must.
If you have any questions, leave them in the chat, and those of us that are here will answer the Q&A type things.
Yes. And if you have questions, you can also, Adam is free to answer them. He might make stuff up, so I don't know. Make of that what you will.
Yeah.
All right, you should be returning.
But I'll be right back real quick first.
BRB. So, Cork.
Oh gosh, no. Okay.
You open your eyes, still feeling sleepy and dazed. Unsure of the time or place, but the sunlight streaming on your face is golden and warm. And you feel small somehow. Nestled in soft arms, feeling a heartbeat against your ears in time to a soft voice, humming a beautiful melody that seems deeply familiar. Oh, you little darling. Never willing to sleep when the Dawnfather's gaze is upon you, eh? The woman gently strokes your cheek, and you can't seem to get up. Don't seem to want to. It's comfortable here, and you remember her face. Beautiful, gentle. Your small hands find their way to the talisman around her neck, a golden medallion in the shape of a blazing sun. My angel, the way you stare with those wise old eyes. How like your father you'll be. Oh, darling, I wish he could have stayed here to meet you. He loves you, have no doubt about that. She leans down and you feel soft, cool lips against your forehead before she picks you up and carries you to the kitchen, where the scent of freshly baked bread curls up to your nose and wakes you from sleep. And you find yourself here in Rinthia, amidst friends but strangers, in a ruined village, in a little room, with the sunlight on your face.
Fidget.
Yes.
Can you open to the last page?
The book opens.
What's there?
On the page, you see a drawing of the medallion. And you recognize this from your homeworld. This is a medallion, or the holy symbol of the Order of Pelor, the Dawnfather.
Is this it?
The one that you saw? Yes.
Did you write anything else about the dream?
I can't write much for music.
The bread. Did the Celestial, did he write back?
No.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll open the window, see if I get some restock today.
The book flutters closed, gently on the table.
Did I put on my armor last night again?
I mean, you probably did not, so you might want to get dressed.
I do that now. That's quick,
She's
don't worry. No,
There's nothing there. But
That's true.
warming the body.
I'll get, and then I'll open the window, see if I get some restock from our buddies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Restock?
Did you forget my whole world? I'm gonna type it to you.
Yeah, please do. My memory is not so good sometimes.
Oh dear.
Is that your world bonus thing, or?
I mean, you could say that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you remember?
I mean, I know what your bonus is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say yes. You got some.
Do I get? I pet the raven.
Sure. And this one actually. By this point, you're pretty good at identifying or remembering specific ravens out of a flock. You see them often enough. This appears to be the one that came and dropped by while you were praying last night. Doesn't really make any noise, just is happy to get your attention.
Yeah, you are I feel like you are going to be a friend here. And I give her some. I don't know what the heck that is. I feel like I would, but you know.
You get a sense that this one is a her.
Okay, I'll give her some, like a small piece too.
She takes the bread and
Does she stay with me?
She flutters off, but kind of goes upwards, so you get a sense maybe she just went up on the roof or went a little bit higher.
If you want to hang out for breakfast, feel free.
You hear the fluttering of other birds just kind of dissipating. So the rest of you, likewise, wake up. The troubles that you all had trying to get to sleep previously, when you were nearer to the door, have since abated. You had no such horrors visiting you this night as you tried to sleep. So you feel pretty well rested. You might even say you had a nice long rest.
So bad.
Hint, refresh your treats.
Everything resets.
Not subtle DM cues, everybody.
Because I never actually know. How does restoring hit points work with long rests? Is it
Full health, right?
You just get up to full health and you get your hit dice back as well.
Cool?
Yeah.
I regained the 3 health points I'm missing.
You have regained everything.
Yeah, I regained.
And for those of you that are able to swap spells, you can do that now as well if you wish.
I have fully stocked my armory with things to run the fuck away very quickly.
Yeah, I get to roll portents for today. Let's see what today contains.
Don't kill anybody. Well, don't shock anybody.
That was not
No
good.
hair doobies.
Not bad.
Not bad. 3 and 18.
I can work with that.
All right. Are you guys all situated with your stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all make your way down, and we'll get rid of the very sad music and go with slightly
We all
less
come down
sad.
to points.
Yeah, you're right. Boy, that smile is barely sticking right now.
You're welcome.
It does not reach the eyes today.
Challenge me to bring the feels. I'll do it. All right, you all make your way downstairs, properly rested. You find Cora already downstairs in the tavern, and you are assailed by the smell of eggs and sausage and porridge enveloping the common room. She serves up food to all of you along the bar, as well as some warm cider. And Ash has maintained his post, more or less, though at the moment he's just he's relocated and has kind of paced his way over to where the fire was once burning. It's pretty bright in here. There's plenty of windows, so there's lots of daylight streaming through.
I'm going to come down, and if people are not quickly, they will not have eggs.
So Cora's like, eat up. Hey, save some for the rest of us.
It's like, I'm leaving the rest for all of you. I just want the eggs.
Sure. Well, the chickens only have so much to spare.
Chicken?
Oh, right. You probably don't know it.
Sah'Shad just sighs and grabs a plate. You deal with this one.
Ill-tempered birds that are very tasty in a variety of ways. Basically.
Tasty eggs.
Smaller
They're good.
eggs.
And start eating them.
Yeah.
Ooh. So we got a ways to go. So make sure you've got plenty of food and strength in you. And that is just cider, not alcohol, because I don't want any of us to be wrecked when we get there. I also have a headache from last night.
What did you... What did
Nothing,
you do?
really. Nothing important. It'll go away. I just need to walk. Ugh.
By the way, what is your alcohol made out of?
Grain?
Hmm.
What do you
And-
make alcohol out of?
Well, usually it came from what few grapes we could get the elves to grow.
So, like, wine?
I think that's what they called it. They're very, very selfish with it, actually. Only the Shaw actually got to have any.
Important person, I'm guessing.
The leader of my particular homeland.
Oh, okay. Well,
Arza, stay there for one moment. I'm gonna go into the kitchen, grab the bottle of cooking wine, and bring it out, and just pour like a little tiny shot glass. Try this. I'm just curious.
I'm not much of a drinker.
It's not a lot of drink.
that...
That's,
I'm going to sniff it first. Because I haven't even touched the cider yet, so...
It's like a sherry cooking wine. So...
yeah, push it away. It's like, no, that doesn't smell like anything I'm particularly interested in.
So, not the wine, and
Well,
it's like
fine.
a little shot glass.
It's fine. You're a big guy. You can take it.
It'll be gone in minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I endeavor not to get drunk. Bad things happen.
I just don't like not remembering the next day.
I play with fire.
Yeah,
You
you should
don't
stay
want.
sober, actually, all the time. Up in
Yes,
the
the
corner,
Shaw said the same.
up in the corner, Ash just looks slightly unhappy.
How do we know the difference?
Pretty much. So, you all finish your breakfast and make your plans to get on the road. You also see that Cora has already done the work fairly early in the morning of preparing supplies and things for the trip. She's also come with some things out of the weapons shop, which are basic stuff, you know, swords and things, and she spread them out on one of the tables, and they are silvered. So, werewolves are tough. You need special weapons to deal with them. I've outfitted as much of the gear as I could find over time here. It's not much, but it might help.
I'll grab just like one or two of the daggery type of things that are
Okay.
silvered.
Okay.
And also,
Yeah.
Cora, do you happen to have a spare one of those? And I gesture to one of the guns.
Why, you want one?
I once upon a time was out of shot. I'm not very good, but in a pinch, it might be handy to have more than one on the field.
All right. She takes one of her pairs of pistols and a container of the ammo and hands them off to you. The bullets are silvered.
Duly noted.
Don't waste the shots. Those are expensive to make.
I don't doubt it.
I'll take a short sword and a dagger from the table if there's any daggers left.
Okay.
Axe, bruh.
There are.
Do you even axe, bro?
Do you even axe, bruh?
There's an assortment of weapons on the table there. So unless what you have is decidedly outlandish, you do find something.
And I'll look at it.
Granted, these are not
Huh.
very pretty weapons. They're, you
Yeah,
know,
no.
the most
Yeah.
basic, but they'll
That's fine.
serve.
I look at it and I'm just like frowning, like, never really liked using these. We had co-workers. Nicer versions of the ones you have here.
Well, that's all we got, so.
Yeah, well, was not fond of killing people, but, you know, close to the ones I worked with.
Yeah. Cora, for her part, also takes something out from amidst the bunch, and you recognize it, Sah'Shad, because this is the thing you saw perched up in her closet in the house. I'll be bringing this.
I feel safer already.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna need you guys to watch my ass when I'm wielding this thing, because it doesn't let me move much. It's a little, unpredictable, but if it works, it's gonna blow a hole in anything. So,
That would be great.
Just tell me your aim with it is good.
my aim is perfect.
Good, because we're probably going to be in front of you.
Well, I won't shoot any of you guys, I promise. Alright, well...
I'm going to hold you to that.
I get the biggest sword, and well, not the biggest, but like a hand and a half.
Okay.
And bring it over to Ash.
Yes.
Just a tip. You should know.
My sword is magical, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, that's a lot better. But it wasn't a tip for the weapons. You should know my smiles mean near nothing. But they help. And sometimes they feel real. If you must fake it to survive, then do it. You have one chance to live. One chance.
That is true, I suppose.
Do you have a time limit that we need to know about?
I did not know. Did not exactly come with a rule book.
Yes, they never do.
Rest assured, if I feel it coming soon, I shall leave. I'll tell you, and you can see me off.
It would be a lot quicker and better for you.
He gets up, shoulders his shield, checks his sword. So, you all ready to step out on your adventure?
Yeah, I'll put back the sword.
Okay.
like slowly carrying it.
So as you guys are packing things up and getting ready to get on the road, outside you hear the baying of wolves by the gates of the village. And there is one voice that stands out among them when he calls forth a challenge.
Oh, I thought we were going to change music.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it, so you know. There we go. Again, my DJ skills are bad.
They're not. Oh, gosh, sorry.
Good enough. I go, Cora, my dear. Come out.
Shit.
Hearing the voice, I quickly look around. Anyone who wants to be sneaky, put your hand up now. I cast pass without a trace on anyone who's. Fair enough. I cast pass without a trace on everyone.
Okay. Cora is clearly not in the mood to be sneaky. She storms out, she has her one pistol now, but she's storms out with that at the ready. Throws open the door. Rowe! I thought you were busy trying to tuck tail between your legs and lick your little wounds.
Always the spirited one you were.
Fuck you.
Is there any way to greet your Uncle Rowe?
Yeah.
You know why I'm here, girl.
You're not getting them. Get out. Unless you want to save me the trouble of tracking you down later.
Your father was my best friend.
That's bullshit.
And brilliant. Brilliant. In a way this world has never known. But he was a simple man. He didn't see the world the way that I did.
Yeah? In
Nor
what way
do
is
you.
that?
That things are far uglier out there than he likes to pretend they were. And that if we had worked together, if he didn't resist, we could have changed the world. We could have ended wars.
Or started them.
Small price to pay.
You were in it for the money, you bastard.
Is it so wrong to profit when you move the world forward?
You had plenty. We had everything we wanted here. You're not getting them.
I'm going to look for a window to...
Okay. There's windows at the inn in the front, so you have your choice of a few to see through. And they're paned, so with the sunlight kind of coming through, it would actually be very difficult to see that you're peeking through.
I'm gonna leave out the back like kitchen door.
Okay.
And try to like, sneak around to flank him, sort of walking or sneaking behind the buildings.
Okay.
To try and get flanked him. Yeah.
So you guys sneak around. In doing so, you notice he's not alone. He actually has about half a dozen compatriots with him, all bristled and ready to go.
I'm gonna go up onto the roof, sort of like if it's steepled, like the side behind them. So I'm kind of like looking over the edge.
Okay.
Down at them.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I need to roll like a stealth or anything?
Stealth.
Okay. Hey guys, we're actually rolling a dice this game.
Yeah, and Rowe, if you would like to do any kind of perception check to see if you notice the Kit Kat.
I would love to.
How
I
far?
give a little bit of a sniff.
Sure.
A sniff. I'm sorry. That word is
So
like...
much sniffing happens in this game.
It's gone.
So that's
a 13
25.
13. Whoa. Sah'Shad is a sneaky motherfucker.
Hey man, pass without a trace. That plus 10 is a beast.
Yeah.
How far are the Chihuahuas?
They are basically kind of at the edge of the village, so they're about 10 feet off from where Cora has run out. We've got like actual Western standoff happening right here. They're in the middle of the road. It's just not.
They're not
noon.
that far from like us.
No. Cora stepped out about probably 10 feet from the door, and they're just at an impasse there because the inn is pretty much right inside the front gates of the village. And by gates, I mean like picket fence.
Within 60, within 120 feet.
Easily. Any of those.
Okay.
I said I follow Sah'Shad, so should I make a roll too?
Yes, please.
Yeah, probably.
So, and you do have plus 10 because pass without a trace.
Okay, that's good, because that's 20.
Rowe gives a sniff and does not notice you guys creeping on the roof like Assassin's Creed characters.
I just smell breakfast right now.
Those eggs smell amazing.
Oh, wow.
Those eggs are all mine, don't touch.
Arza kills Rowe over eggs.
I propose a parley.
Just until after breakfast.
Can we just eat for a second? Can we just...
The lyric can cook, so we're always eating raw meat. So maybe some of that bacon.
Just want some of the sausage and eggs. Forget the schematics; it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just ready a sacred flame for whenever Cora decides to hit.
Okay. Let me throw a little death. Oh my god, this is not a dice tray that works.
You should go to Nerdist Woodworking.
It's better than what I got right now. Okay. That definitely... She fires a shot at you, Rowe, but it definitely does not hit. You just kind of watch watch it sail and hit one of the windows in the general shop.
Cute.
Do I bust one out?
Hmm?
Do I do mine or?
Were you just gonna go ahead and do it?
If she shot at him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's going for gold.
Okay.
So I'm with her.
Okay. All right.
I don't actually know where I am in this building. By the way.
If you were eating, you're downstairs, so we know that much.
Yeah. Did you go to the windows with everybody else, or?
I was. Did Cora go out the door?
She did. She ran full out into the street.
I'll watch her from the door. Can I peek over and cast something?
Yeah.
I don't care if they see me.
Okay. So.
Wait, where's Ash? Where's the tank?
He followed Cora out. We'll say he followed Cora out.
Then I'm by the door.
Okay.
I'm definitely by the door.
So you're behind Ash and all of his armor and his shield. The phalanx rides again.
If I see anyone besides these three.
You definitely see Ash, the heavily armored, very pale fellow.
Mm-hmm.
And behind him you kind of see someone else.
You're not sure if it's a person or just like a tattered cloak.
You see a little bit of hair.
It's like an eye peeking over his shoulder.
Yeah. But you definitely do see a knight. All right. So yeah, Cora shot and missed. Do you want to go ahead and just like blast one of the woofs?
I'll aim for Rowe, but he has to do a dex save.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I guess seeing this all kick off,
we're never gonna get to the dungeon.
We're never gonna get to the
You're
dungeon.
not getting there tonight.
That is a nice 10 for me.
You failed.
Dang.
So I'm going to cast Spike Growth because that worked out really well with our Knoll friends, and try to get as many of the woofies in the area as possible.
Spiked growth. Oh shit. Okay.
We're never hitting your dungeon.
Okay.
That's 11 damage.
Don't worry. We got it handled. Don't worry.
Oh no, I don't like
They've
that.
got plans, and that should scare you to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So it's a 20-foot radius. So can I get all of the?
You can get
Woof
all of
friends?
those guys and Rowe.
Trying to like center so Rowe is like as close to the middle as possible,
Okay.
while still keeping
Okay.
the other peoples in there as well.
All right. Talk to us again about spiked growth because it's been a
So
while and I
spike growth. The ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range twists and sprout hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. And there's a bunch of stuff about people entering and leaving who didn't see it, but I think everybody here saw it happen. So
Okay. Ow.
I
All
think
right.
you have to perceive it to know it's like there.
okay, so basically what it says is the transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a wisdom perception check
okay.
against
If
your
he's-
spell DC. So
So
basically,
if they saw you cast it, then
they know it's twisted and thorn, but otherwise, if anyone new enters, it's like, oh, hey, it's just regular.
yeah. Do. Ow!
Basically. Why is the ground hurting?
Why does the
Mine-
ground hurt?
That was 11 damage.
So, unfortunately, that is a concentration, so I lose the pass without a trace, but I think we're all in position anyway.
Okay. So,
It served its purpose.
All right. So, Rowe, you notice the ground rise up and do some thorny spikes beneath you and your fellows, and ow. So they have to make a save, or it just happens.
Basically, it's just difficult terrain, and anytime they move 5 feet, they take 2d4 piercing.
Okay.
Okay.
So
It just happens.
basically, movement gets halved, and
Hurt.
your feet hurt.
Your feet real
It's like the nose again.
Hey, kill an old boss.
You guys and you hate canines. What is going on here?
We have a cat in our plan.
cat.
Fair enough. All right, so yeah, you notice that's come up against you, and then just the burst of kind of grayish holy flame from
Yeah, that'd
the
have been
Raven
white.
Queen.
She doesn't like you.
I kind of go, "Ugh. Cora, we don't have to do this.
Don't we?
If you just worked with me,
Call your friends
no one
off
would
and get
have
out
to
of here.
die. No one would have to be in danger.
You already killed half the people in this village. And the rest are far away. You can't touch them now. There's nothing left for you here.
I think we both know that's not true.
You're not getting them. You'll have to kill me. And then just figure out where they are.
I'm very resourceful.
She fires again. And misses again because... fuck my dice.
Cora, dear, you're not making much of a case for yourself.
Are you just going to stand there and talk? Because I'm about done.
Very well. Lads, kill them all, but leave Cora at least in... She doesn't have to be in one piece, she just needs to be alive.
And now we roll initiative.
Yeah.
Because fighting.
I'm really afraid to know why there's a lair map.
Oh,
not
you
there.
know. Because I spent all week making a dungeon that we might not use. I don't know. Because I enjoy that. It's great. Also, that's just DMing in a nutshell.
Oh, amazing. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, boots. I need.
So 14.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I did pretty bad too.
I got a 10.
Wait,
I got an 11.
wait, I don't have paper.
I know. I'm like, oh shit, I don't have anything to write on.
I found paper. Wait. I don't have a pen. Alright, guys. Alright.
I got this set just for Arza, and I might wind up throwing it at the wall because it never rolls good.
Aw. Sad.
Okay, what is it?
I got 11.
I got 10.
That's
14.
Arzalan. Okay. 11 Xellos. 10.
Cora got a 12.
Cora. 12.
Is it? We ate too much. We're torpid.
I know, everybody's like, oh, Fukoma.
Y'all don't need to know what I got.
Ash got a 13. Now to roll for last 1, last 2, and last 3, and
It was really bad.
no. There are 6 whiffs besides Rowe, so give me a second here.
Great.
Hey. There's like that whole, strength in numbers thing that D&D 5e is really big about, so... Yeah. Okay. Oh no, I need the monster manual because I don't remember anything about these guys. I'm the most prepared right now.
I'm pretty sure I have a picture of like some stat stuff with werewolves.
I have it. I also had D&D Beyond up because they have the stat blocks there for usages.
I think it's under lycanthrope.
Yeah, it is. I know where it is. I'm just trying to get there.
Oh, for werewolf.
Oh, for werewolf, yes. only in D&D. It's under L for werewolf.
I actually had to explain the logic to someone.
It makes sense, but it's weird.
Only if you understand what they're called, because they didn't understand that lycanthrope was a mass reference.
Sure.
Also, what reference?
Other weirs?
All right. Wolf number 1 got a 2. He's tired.
They must just have breakfast.
Sleepy.
I look at him like, come on, you're embarrassing me.
Fucking rookies.
You just can't turn good health these days.
Wolf number 2 got a 17.
Thank you.
Number 3 got a 21.
Thank
He's on top
Promotion.
of his shit. Number 4 got a 9.
Demotion.
So there's 6 plus Rowe or 6 including Rowe?
6 plus Rowe.
6 plus.
Okay.
5 got a
Six
13.
sons ever again.
13. Okay.
And 6 got a 16.
16.
And now I'm gonna have to make sure I keep these dice in the right order. I'm gonna just roll.
What did Rowe get?
I rolled an 11.
He's taking his time. He's being strategic.
Same as me.
Okay, before we start, so I don't have to ask again. Do the werewolves have higher dex than Ash? And does Rowe have higher dex than Xellos?
The werewolves do not have higher dex than Ash, surprisingly.
Does Rowe have higher dex than Xellos?
Xellos,
What's your mod?
Xellos, what's your mod?
My modifier is +2.
Is yours higher than that, Rowe?
Mine is also +2.
That's great. This is fantastic. Okay.
14
What's your base
dexterity?
dex?
Actual number 14.
Paper, rock, scissors?
Rochambeau, as they say.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe.
Whatever, you're gonna have to fight for it later, so.
Then let's just roll again. So you
Yeah,
guys don't have to roll
just re-roll.
Yeah. Between us.
Well, it's alright. And
Nope, that was terrible. That was 10.
Oh,
that was an 11!
So he goes first. Okay.
so close.
So
Still
close.
a victory.
That worked so much better than we ever could have thought.
Like literally by a hair.
Solid.
Okay. Top of the round is Wolf 3.
Okay. Yeah, because Wolf 3 is like, I'm gonna get a natural 20, bitches.
I'm really gonna impress the boss.
Rawr, I so fast. It's like, right, whatever you say, boss. And he's gonna jump at. Well, let's see. Arza is still inside the inn, right?
Yeah, I'm behind the window.
He's just like, looks violent out there.
Hey, I can still cast spells. I don't have to have the window open.
Okay. Sah'Shad, you're still up on the roof.
I'm on the roof.
Okay. And Xellos, did you go up on the roof as well?
Yeah, remember I rolled for it to go
Oh.
up with him.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are up on the roof, and Cork is hiding behind Ash, who is basically in the doorway, being the
A door.
gargoyle.
The door.
Being the door.
Gargoyle.
Yeah, door 2.0. So this Whoopie is going to take a charge at Ash to go deal with some of the peeps inside. And he's going to swing with claws. And this dice likes this wolf. That actually hits.
What?
And then his second attack also actually hits. This guy's good. He's trying
I
to
don't
impress
like
the boss. So he swings with his claws for.
I give him an approving nod.
You are going places.
This guy gets it.
Like that
Wags his
twitchy.
tail.
Twitchy.
Hey, the boss likes me.
Did did our werewolves suddenly become Pomeranians?
What are we?
Yes, they're all small dogs.
I'm just picturing, like, you know what happens when you, like, blow dry a Pomeranian and it just, like, turns into a puffball? That, but a werewolf.
I'm picturing a
I wanna
corgi
picture that.
werewolf.
I want to picture that the one that rolled really low is just like a really unhealthy pug. It's just like,
Sounds about
why do we
right.
keep you here?
Yeah, it's back there. Huh?
Yeah. Let's see. Damage.
Asthma.
Yeah.
Asthma dog.
Wait for me, you guys.
Master.
Igor the pug werewolf.
I was kind of going Hunchback of Notre Dame with that, but that works too.
Walk this way. Okay, seriously. 14 damage to Senior Ashenlog.
That's so weird.
He took damage. I don't understand. And I need.
I'm like, the heck? Are you okay?
I'm so discombobulated because I don't have desk space. I'm so sorry.
Where to?
Worth 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I needed to calculate how hurt Ash actually got for a change. Those 2 is going to likewise gang up on him, mostly because these guys don't see you 2 cool guys on the roof yet. That does not hit. That definitely does not hit, so he... and Ash just blocks it with his shield this time. And that's all he's got.
Wolf 6.
Okay. Does the same, because they're basically just trying to get into the inn and tear apart everybody. They figure Rowe is going to handle Cora. That does not hit. That does not hit. So they swing ineffectually at Ash, who keeps blocking with his shield because he has a giant shield.
Sah'Shad.
Kitty.
Okay.
Kitty.
Here, kitty.
Yes, I'm going... Is that Percy?
No.
That was me.
Okay. I was like, I thought everyone just like started meowing and then your cats just started joining in. I was like,
I like how everybody knows that my cats might talk, though.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to... Oh god, what am I gonna do? I don't know. I don't really have anything that I can do.
So many things.
Well, I don't, because I'm all like, you know, fighty, and I don't want to go into
Also,
the
the
spike
roof is like 15... Well, no, I don't know. What's the average height of a 2-story building? I don't know things.
Like a 2-story building? I thought you said like all the other ones are 1-story.
The tavern, though.
The
Is
tavern
like
is.
2 stories.
I went around the side. To
Oh,
fight.
you went to another a neighboring
Yeah,
building?
like around. Basically, so if they're here,
Oh, okay.
tavern. I
So
went-
1-story building, what, like 15 feet up off the ground? Give or take?
Sure.
Yeah, about
something like
that.
that.
Okay.
If they're little huts, they're actually more like 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to have a really high arch ceiling.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, we'll say
Right.
about 12 feet. We'll split the difference.
Okay, and then how far away is Rowe?
He's about 15 feet-ish from the entryway of the inn in the middle of the street.
Sorry, how many feet?
About 15?
15.
15. Okay. I guess.
Oh shit, and I forgot to roll the damage that those wolves took for running over to...
He has a thing.
Yeah, that is a thing.
What was the damage on that again?
So 2d4 per 5 feet.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I know, right?
Walls all over again.
This is why I love this spell.
If you cast it at a higher level, though, it hurts.
I can only cast it at second, so
Oh yeah.
because I'm a baby druid.
Okay, so that's 3 sets of... well, we'll see how they do. 3... god. I'm sorry I'm bad at math, everybody.
And it's mathematics.
And I'm just gonna roll this once and just add the damage to all of the ones that moved, because I don't feel like rolling it repeatedly. It's freaking annoying. Okay, they take 15 damage.
Ouch.
So...
That's good. That's good.
They're ouchied, but they're alive. It did not murder them, because they are not gnolls.
Yeah. Never forget.
That first fight, though.
They just walked over it.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wild shape into. Let's do a panther.
Ooh.
Or actually, no. I'm going to do a draft horse.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb off the roof. With my movement, which-
I mean, you'll
that's a
make
fair
it
point.
down
It's a fair
either
point.
way.
Drop a horse on him.
I'm just picturing it like I wild shape into a horse and just fall through the roof.
That's exactly what would happen.
Okay, so I climb off, go behind the building, turning to a draft horse.
Okay. Are you off to make friends with Smoke, or?
It had thought occurred to me, but no, I can't do anything this turn, so I'm just prepping for next turn.
Okay.
Oh no.
Just hitting on everything in Redford.
Question though, do
Yes.
I lose concentration spells if I wild shape?
I think so.
Transforming doesn't break your concentration on a spell you've already cast.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, you can hold
Sweet.
concentration.
Awesome. So spike growth stays.
Yay! And I need to remember which wolves moved. Let's see.
This picture of the cat on the roof is killing me. It's just, I've had it open in this other tab for like 10 minutes.
The imagining of Sah'Shad on the roof. Alright, let's
Good
see.
stuff.
Let's take damage off of these guys so we know how dead they are.
Actually, I'm going to retract that. I'm not going to turn into the horse.
Alright,
It's
you
gonna
have
stay
one
me.
more chance to make a decision about what you're
I'm just
doing.
getting off the roof. I'm done.
Okay.
I can't do anything.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
Cool.
Ash is next.
Okay. Ash has 3 werewolves up in his face, so he's probably gonna do fancy fighter shit like he usually does. What can he do? Let's see. He's gonna use a maneuver and do a sweeping attack. And hit werewolf number 3 with his regular attack. And expend a superiority dice, which... What even is that? I really wish I had his sheet better organized. Where's his dice? Oh no. I need another d20.
That's not good.
Monsters, everybody. They burn through my dice. Let's see.
Seeing you very hungry.
4. That hits. 2 swing. That also hits. So his 2 swings hit. And the superiority dice. I can't remember what dice it is. I think it's a D8. Yes. Okay. Sorry. It's been a little while. It's been a couple of weeks. That's a 6. Okay. Damage another creature with the same attack. So when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to attempt to damage another creature with the same attack. So he's going to hit 2 of them. And that extra guy takes 6 damage. And I need to roll for the damage to Wolf 3. So Wolf 6 will take 6 damage. And I need to roll a d8 for his swordy sword damage. 8 and 6, so Wolfie number whatever 3, I think, is the overachiever who's probably about to die.
Yeah. Oh. R.I.P.
Okay, yeah, he's alive, but he's looking hurt. So he takes damage, and Ash has wolves in his face. So that is all he's doing.
Wolf 5.
Okay. Oh my god, hold on. So many animals.
Animal. It's like 5 songs of that. I couldn't pick which one.
Okay. You said Wolf 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and speaking of, Wolf 6 also took extra damage. There we go. Trying to make sure that they track their HPs properly. He's one of the ones up in Ash's face, so he's just gonna keep attacking. And that does not hit. That... Nope, doesn't hit. That freaking shield.
Cora's next, by the way.
Okay. Oh my god!
It's all you.
It's all me. Okay. So he didn't hit. They don't take damage from that spiky growth stuff if they're just attacking, right?
If they don't move.
Yeah, if they don't move,
Okay.
then they're fine.
Cool.
But it's, yeah, if they move, then they take damage.
Okay.
Isn't it when the spell starts, though, they get damage?
No, there's nothing like immediately when it happens. It's just when they move.
So the floor is lava, basically.
Basically, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like if a bunch of like brambles grow around
Yeah.
them, and then if they try to move through it,
Yeah.
then it hurts. But if they just stay still, then they're fine.
Got it. Alright, I need another dice for Cora, Jesus. Oh my god. This is why I have 2 gigantic bags of dice that are still packed. Let's break out Pinky.
Oh dear.
So this is gonna go badly because she's not a villain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
and she has bad news.
Okay, she's gonna do things. She's going to spend a grit point and make a violent shot at Rowe.
Oh, gotta love
I like the
gunslinger.
sound of that.
Ugh.
So, how does this work? Grit. That's a terrible. That definitely didn't do anything at all. So she missed.
Oh.
It was not a nat fail, so it wasn't a misfire,
That's
but she
true.
did not hit you.
I just want to look at her and just be like, just stop.
Just stop.
3 times.
Alright. So she's just gonna use quick draw and stow her gun and bust out the axe. And be ready for the next fight.
I also put it in the Zoom chat. Rose next,
Okay.
then Xellos.
All right. Are my wolves in the way of everyone from where I'm standing?
3 of them are up in Ash's face, so basically up in the doorway, and then you have, let's see, these 3 guys are up there, I think. And then the other half are still flanking you and not quite doing anything yet.
All right, Cora's like right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how far?
She is about 10-ish, 15 feet away from you.
All right. And behind Cora?
Nobody, I think.
Okay.
Off to the side of where she is where Ash is in the doorway, basically holding the door, you might say.
Okay.
Hodor.
So
Sally.
I am going to
I don't even go there.
options.
All these things I can do.
I'm just holding a good old-fashioned spear. And I'm gonna go, I guess when the new things don't work, you have to rely on the classics. And I'm gonna try and chuck it right at her.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And also, are any of my wolves within 5 feet of her?
No. They're all
Okay.
they're with you, or they're by the door, and that's about 10 feet from where
Okay.
she is.
That is a 23.
Oh, yeah. Ow. That hits.
And that is 8 damage.
Okay. So, spear grazes it.
Let me show you how it's done, kid.
Gonna cut your fucking head off.
That's
Xellos.
Okay, how wide would you say the streets are in this village? Like, how much space is there? It's not gonna be a blast.
Fireball.
That's not my planning. I'm planning something much crazier.
He
so.
fireballs everything. No. They're probably about, we'll say about 20 to 25 feet wide.
Like, let me put it this way: would something large fit there? A large creature fit in that space?
Yes.
Okay, then what I'm gonna do is Xellos is gonna hop off the roof and just sort of casually stroll his way towards the group of werewolves.
Okay.
Acrobatics down, or
Well, yes, but also bear in mind the thorny terrain.
oh yeah, I know it's there.
Okay, so
I've seen it
you're
pass.
just gonna suck up the damage and deal with it?
Oh no, not yet. I'm just gonna initially walk up and then I'm gonna cast my spell.
Okay.
So basically, hop off the roof, start making my way towards them, and I'm gonna cast Polymorph.
Okay.
And we're gonna take some inspiration from Scanlan here, and
Okay.
we're gonna go Triceratops. Triceratops.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Do I
Triceratops.
even know what that is?
Probably not. You may have seen like a rhinoceros in the far distant parts of Olympia. You have not seen this like trinoceros thing.
Does it have feathers?
Okay. Yeah, do an acrobatics check on your way down.
Sure.
Just to see how graceful your landing is.
Plus acrobatic.
It's a 1, face first, butt in the air.
It's 16.
Okay, you're fine.
Yeah.
You land on your feet. You've done this sort of thing before.
Alright, does it look like there's kind of a clump of them near the back? Like, how are they kind of spaced?
There are 3 of them up in Ash's face by the door of the inn, off to that side of the street. And then in the middle of the road is Cora, and directly in front of her, about 10 feet, is Rowe, and then his other 3 henchmen are clustered, kind of flanking him.
Okay, I'm gonna try and line them up a bit, and then I'm gonna go for
Like bowling pins.
trampoline charge. So let's see.
Okay.
Is it just 20 feet towards the creature?
Are
Okay,
you
so I
coming? Are you coming from behind where Cora was, or
No, I imagine I'm kind of horizontal to them.
Okay. So you're gonna
So
potentially plow into the shop.
Rowe is in the back, right? He's in the back of the group.
He's kind of in the front of the pack.
Okay, so the pack's behind him then.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and run a line right between them. So I have to move 20 feet,
Okay.
and they have to make a. I think it's an attack. But let me see here.
Does the Triceratops have any issues with difficult terrain, though?
I don't think so. I'll probably take the damage, but I'm not worried about that. If the Triceratops moves at least 20 feet straight forward, towards a creature, and then hits it with a gore attack on the same turn, that target must succeed a DC 13 check.
Okay.
Be knocked down, so
We'll roll with
I guess I'll go 20 feet, however many I can get in. 20
Okay.
feet.
You can probably get like 2 of them, I think, at least.
Okay, so I'll just roll to see if I can gore them first.
Yeah, so this great beast appears from somewhere.
That's going to be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Awesome. Okay, 48. 48.
So Wolf 1 and 2, who suck at life, are going to get hit.
Okay, so that's 10 points, and I have to make a strength save, DC of 15.
A strength save. Okay.
Otherwise, I get to stomp them too.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Okay, Wolf number 2 really sucks at life because that sure was a 2.
Yep, he's knocked prone, and I can use a bonus action to trample him.
Okay, do it. Yeah, and the other guy is fine.
Okay, so I'll roll to trample.
So yeah, the embarrassment continues to be an embarrassment.
This doesn't surprise me.
26.
I don't even know why I brought it.
No, Wolf number 2.
Why do we keep you around, Barry? You do this every time.
Oh yeah, that was 26. I'm assuming that hits.
Okay. He was a pity hire.
You know, it's like the brother of the second in command. It's a weird situation.
This is why you don't do nepotism.
This is why nepotism is bad.
This is why.
That's 18 bludgeoning,
Okay.
and we'll move on to hit that last one. Let's see if we can hit it.
Okay. And then, moving through about 15 feet, don't forget to roll the damage you take for...
How much?
2d4 for
5
every
feet.
5 feet, so
Yeah.
64.
64? Okay. Find my little pyramids.
So small.
Little pyramids.
Little ones.
Getting hungry.
Okay, yeah, so 9 points.
I like to picture instead of thorns, it's just a pile of D4s.
That's accurate, really.
Or Legos.
Oh!
The thorn.
Okay, and let's see if we can gore that last guy.
Oh, Jess. Did you say
18
Wolf
again?
2?
Huh?
Wolf 2 got hit?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, if you were saying like the disappointment is Wolf 1.
Oh, sorry.
Just so you know.
Well, whichever, one of them. The one that's
He
constantly...
was in proximity to the disappointment. It's
I have switched the dice. They are now both disappointments.
16 piercing to that second wolf.
Ooh.
Ow.
And
Oh
yeah,
boy.
that's it for the Triceratops.
Okay. Oh, he
I'm
looks,
assuming I'm just-
he
I'm
looks
assuming I just-
real hurt.
Arzalan's next.
Okay. Well, seeing where things are going, especially since this huge tri-horned thing came out of nowhere and just trampled a bunch of the others, I'm going to kind of blink for a moment, and then I'm going to fling a level 5 chromatic orb at Rowe.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh god.
okay.
Fight's done.
Folks, it was nice being here.
And back to breakfast.
We'll have Adam
Let's
back
see if I
again
manage
next
to
week
hit
for a different
first, okay,
character.
guys? Because that's the trick. I have to hit with this.
This is true.
So it's 24.
Uh-huh.
It's like, yeah.
And of course it's fire, and now let me count how many dice I need to roll for this.
Mm,
Yay.
smell of
Belly
burnt
dog.
hair.
Smelly dog hair.
Oh, gross.
3 base.
Ooh. That's a lot. Jess is me.
Just knows my love affair with the spell.
Yeah, yeah. We did some playtesting on some beasties I made with this sucker.
Oh boy.
So how OP did you make Rowe exactly?
Adam, you now have 100 more HP.
Good to know.
We gotta last a little bit longer.
Sorry, guys.
Congrats, you now have
Arthur
one hit
doesn't
point left.
play. I'm sorry.
I would have laughed if it wasn't
Magic
that.
Oh,
users,
man.
man.
20,
Counting.
37.
Oh.
Ow.
Yeah,
I like to imagine I'm just engulfed in flames and I'm just like smoking and just like, ow. Ow.
Also, since the Genasi is hiding out inside, you definitely don't know who the hell did that.
Ugh.
Little Red has been eating her Wheaties.
What is that? That's Wolf 4 is next.
Okay.
Well, that worked out nicely.
Wolf 4.
And they still don't know I'm here.
Just for that, I'm gonna make a perception roll because somebody just burnt the shit out of his boss. And that makes me sad. Oh snaps! This guy is perceptive as fuck. That was a natural 20. So he's gonna go charge the window, I think.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
If he makes it there, we'll see if he survives the terrain.
Oh no.
So he's gonna take the
Spike.
15 feet or so of damage. Yeah, that's...
Unfortunate.
Have I ever mentioned how much I love this spell?
I love it so much.
So that's 64, is that right?
Probably.
For 15 feet, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, hold on. I need to get the caltrops ready.
Well, those are nice rolls.
Nice for who?
For him. A couple of ones.
Aw. Oh, lame.
Okay. Cute. Oh, that was Wolf 4. So he's down to that. And he's gonna use his action to break the window. Do a dex save if you would, Arza, just to make sure you... I'm gonna let you be willing to get out of the way if you want to get out of the way, because...
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna get smacked with a lot of glass.
Okay, I
Because
like
yeah,
this green die.
he's definitely busting your window.
Alright, Dex. That was a 25.
Cool, you're fine. You roll out of the way of the glass that showers in around you. He is, however, gonna take a swing at you, since he should be in range. Because he's got one thing left. I think. Nah, he's just gonna snarl at you, sorry. I was like, is that technically an attack? He sort of attacked the window, but no, that's dumb.
Okay.
So yeah, you've got a werewolf up in your grill now.
Alright.
But he looks a little battered and his feet look sore and bloody.
Okay, I was really dumb. I didn't need that weapon because I forgot the Staff of Charming counts as a magic warrior staff.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'll take that out.
Okay.
And alright, I'm just gonna... It says you could use a spell, like a charge, to cast a spell.
Sure.
Would
it's got
casting
10
it higher... Would casting it higher, like, make it, like, more charges?
I don't think you can cast higher with that one. Hold on.
Yeah, I think
I
if
didn't
it's
see
just
anything
a
about
charge, it's like at a certain level. Urgh. Let's
Yeah,
see.
only certain... I think wands allow for that. I don't know about staves. I don't think they do.
Because it says nothing. There's no, like, specific on it.
Let's see.
It just says you can expend one of its charges. There's no rules about using more charges
Yeah.
to try to up it, so... I don't think you can.
Yeah.
No? Okay. I'll try to use it to cast command on Rowe.
Okay.
We gotta do a wisdom save.
This is a charming effect you're trying on me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And he doesn't.
Okay.
And it doesn't work.
Or
Then I'll just-
realistically, I probably have no idea you're trying anything on.
She's like,
Alright. Would I have known if I had werewolf friends that they're not they're immune? Wolf's friends?
it's not a werewolf thing per se.
Okay, it's just probably his. Alright, then I'll do
Who I am as a person.
yeah, it's who you were first.
That's true.
I'll do oh dear. I'll do spiritual weapon. Right. How far is Rowe
Is
right now?
spiritual action a bonus?
Yeah.
Action? Okay.
Yeah.
If you are hanging out behind Ash, he is about 15-ish feet away from you.
Is there a way to put it so you know how there's 3 around Ash?
Mm-hmm.
Would he have to pass those 3? Like, is there like a space between those 3 and his direct path to Cora that I could possibly put in it, or no?
What are you trying to do?
Just so that it hits at least one of the ones on Ash, but if he tries to like go past it.
Oh, he'd be able to go around it. It's not like it takes
Okay.
up that much space.
Alright, then I'll just put it between 2 of the ones around Ash.
He can go around it, and he has an AC of stupid, so it's fine.
No, wait, who?
Ash.
No, I'm talking about Rowe.
Oh, Rowe?
Yeah. If he makes a beeline for Cora and I put it like 5 feet away from one of the wolves and like between his path to Cora, would he pass it if he like
No, because they're completely off to one side, the ones that are with you and Ash. And he is dead in front of Cora type situation. They're out in the street, you guys are against the building.
How much damage did Cora get?
Not much.
Okay, I'll put it beside Rowe.
She looks fine.
I'll put it in front of Rowe at level. Oh boy, at level. Let's do level 3.
Okay.
And I'll hit him. Try to hit him.
Okay. You throw your weapon out there and try to swing.
Right in your face. That's really bad. I'm not even gonna bother.
You see this
Wait.
strange spiritual axe appear in the air before you.
It's 14. I don't think that works.
And
It was worth a shot. Count.
At this
You
point,
start,
everybody's just
poking
entertaining him.
It's mocking you in its glowiness.
It's
I don't know. I really want to know who blew me up. Because I know it wasn't Cora. I saw the way she fired the first 3 times.
after she just said she has perfect aim.
Unfortunate.
I was just gonna comment on that later if we all survive this, just saying.
Hey, she's nervous. She's basically facing an old family friend, so, you know.
And then Wolf 1 is next.
Which one? He's gonna... Can they attack the spiritual weapon at all?
No.
How does that work? Okay.
If they go near it and
Get attacked?
move, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a Triceratops currently
Oh,
on,
right, I forgot about that.
on top of, I think it was number 2, actually. Yeah, it was on top of number 2. So he's gonna try to help his buddy and attack this weird fucking whatever it is.
I got it, boss! I got it!
Just like,
Quick,
what?
get that thing!
I don't know what this is, but it's gonna die! And he's gonna swing with his claws, and then he's going to try to bite you on your weird animal skin-ness. What's the AC of a Triceratops, please?
It's 13.
Okay.
13. I'm pretty big, so.
So he terribly does not do anything with his claws. And the bite does indeed hit. He's gonna do damage, which I'm going to roll with dice. He bites you for 2 damage.
Somebody
how much?
please draw us a picture of a pugware biting a triceratops on the behind.
Wait, how much damage?
Also, roll us a Constitution save, if you please.
Oh dear. That's right.
Where wizard? Where wizard? Where wizard? Where wizard?
Where Ceratops?
Where's Sarah?
He's going to become a Triceratops lycanthrope.
Join
so...
me.
Oh man, that's bad.
A giant
That was not
humanoid
fun.
dinosaur. What was your roll, Mike?
Natural
I couldn't-
20.
Sorry?
Natural 20?
Natural 20.
Natural
Nice.
20. Okay, you're fine.
Wait, how much damage, though? I didn't catch that.
Like 2.
Oh, okay. Okay, so.
He's more
might have-
gumming
he
you
might
to
have
death than anything.
Yeah, he might have hurt his teeth more than he hurt you.
Wolf 3 is back.
Alright. The overachiever is back in action. And he's up in Ash's face, I believe. So he's gonna face off once more against the knight.
Sorry.
I am the knight. That definitely doesn't hit. He's gonna try to bite him. Oh, okay.
No.
That hits. For
Oh.
damage, I'm going to roll. That hits for 9. Let's have Ash do a save. And also take the damage.
He keeps getting hit. It's
He's,
weird.
he's fine. He has like a bunch
Yeah, I
of
know,
hit
but it's
points.
weird. Getting hit is weird.
I know. What is his constitutione? Alright, con save time. He's fine. No pale wolf.
That's so sad, Wolf. 2.
With 2. Okay. I can't remember where he was.
I think you said he was like getting attacked by a triceratops.
Oh, that's right. He's
Yeah,
prone.
he's not even going.
He needs to get his ass up off the ground, so he's gonna use his movement to do that and attack the weird ass creature that stomped him.
Try horn.
Oh, you! Yeah.
Oh, I didn't sign up for
This
this.
guy's like 90 years old. Or something. I don't know. I don't know what that voice was.
I sure do know how to pick them.
Rowe brought his grandpa along for the fight.
Oh,
This is basically the equivalent of Rowe just like walking into the nearest tavern is like, I need a posse. I'll fight for you.
Great, you're hired.
why not? No fear.
That does not hit.
The qualifications are say yes.
That's a pretty low bar.
That's a good bar.
Going for
Depending on some of the
numbers.
bars around here, that might be a pretty high bar.
Yeah, because they have to actually like be sober enough to respond.
Fair. None of those things that he does hit. So.
Shock.
Oh,
God, my claws hurt. Ow. Everything hurts.
My Sadica's acting up again.
Wolf 6.
Okay. I don't remember where he was either.
He's by Ash.
He's by Ash. All right. He's gonna chow.
Adventures of the Arthritic Werewolf.
Oh God. Oh. All right. Fight numero uno hits.
Oh, I don't like that.
Number 2 does not. So let's roll the damage. That's 6, 7, 8 damages. Poor Ash, he's getting chewed on this time.
Like last time, you got hit by lightning.
Well, okay, that's fair.
At least it's not party damage this time.
It's not his weekend.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, he's gonna do his little con save. He's fine.
Sah'Shad.
Okay. How far away is Rowe from Cora right now?
I think they're still at their little standoff.
I think any of us have moved, yeah.
Okay, so they're still
He
like...
chucked a spear at her. He did not stab her with it.
Fair enough. So Rowe is still in the middle of the spiky terrain?
Yep.
Cool. I'm going... One more question. How far is it from where I am to, like, the other side of the clearing?
The other side.
If I wanted to, like...
The road.
Like, so there's... Oh, God.
Are you trying to cross the street?
Yeah, basically. Because I'm, like... So Cora's here. I'm, like, 90 degrees around this way. And then I want to go across this way to get to another building on the other side of where Rowe
Well,
is.
if you want to just do a straight shot across the street,
Yeah.
it would
Basically.
be about 25 feet, and then you'd have to go vertically along that, or you'd have to go along that side to get to whatever corner you're trying to hit.
Okay, cool. So in that case, all I'm going to do is I'm going to do feline agility and try to run, jump as far as I can, which is 15 feet because I'm a kitty. Sort of as far as I can from the edge of the spiky terrain towards Rowe's back.
Okay.
Run towards him, silver dagger,
Okay.
into his back, and then run however far I need to go to get out of the spiky terrain and behind a building.
Will the spiky terrain impede you, though?
Yes. It's difficult terrain.
Okay, so difficult
So
terrain
there'd be-
will mean your movement becomes, I think, half.
For the
Yeah.
period that I'm in it. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm thinking feline agility, because then that doubles my speed,
Okay.
which puts me at 60 feet.
Okay.
So I should have enough to get from the building to Rowe, you know, assuming I jump 15 feet
Sure.
in there, and then, like, basically at that point... Yeah, no, this is it's a whole thing. I think it makes
Math.
sense that I have enough with 60 feet of movement to go in there and get behind another building on the other side.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be pretty close, but you can
Okay.
try it. You definitely won't have the advantage of, like, sneaking on him.
Yeah, no, that's why I was trying to see if
Okay.
they were, like, face to face, but it's
Yeah.
fine. So
It
Yeah.
will be super close. But you can give it a try.
Do
Okay.
like an animated diagram of this.
yeah. I'll post something in the Discord afterwards.
We just
Cool,
need
yeah.
that, like, meme of the person with the math.
Basically.
It's Sah'Shad this week. Last time it was Xellos.
There's a new one every week.
Yep.
Okay, so basically I run, do that. Attacking. That's what I do.
Attacking.
And so for the daggers, is it just the same +7 bonus as my regular daggers?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a regular dagger, basically.
Yeah, and these are silvered, so they do actual damage.
Cool. So I rolled 6. Oh god, I'm trying to remember how to attack with my daggers now. So I add...
I believe you
add my
hold them and you
bonus.
stab.
Yes, but there's numbers involved and it's very confusing.
It's
So it's
your
just the dice plus the bonus?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
That's-
that is 13 for the first.
Do that hit?
Adam.
Oh,
Adam?
sorry.
Was that a no?
that do hit.
Oh, that do hit.
Ooh.
Oh,
13.
okay. 13 do hit. Interesting. So then that is 1d4 of damage. And it's just that straight.
You said
There's
they were
nothing-
silvered, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So proper damage is taken.
That is a 4. Hell yeah. And then my second attack is a 14, which hits. So then that is with the other dagger, which is a 2. So 6 points of damage in total.
Did you add your mods?
There is no mod. It just says damage
Your-
1d4.
Your dex.
Yeah, you add your dex modifier to
Your
it.
dex
Oh,
mod.
okay. So then 6 more damage on top of that.
Ooh.
Stop nerfing yourself. Wait,
I'm trying to understand how the sheet is set up, and
I
it's not.
keep doing that too because I'm terrible.
wait. 13 hits? Then my earlier hit
Oh.
was a 14.
What earlier hit?
The spiritual weapon
Oh.
was a 14.
Oh,
Whoops.
okay. I don't remember that either.
Welp. I'll just type it, the damage.
Okay.
You can continue. Ash is next.
So anyway, so then I'm on the other side of the street from where I was, hiding behind a building. Trying to, at least.
Okay, so you did your stabby and then you tried to...
And then booked it.
Well,
so then that would
meant-
be...
Isn't there a Triceratops in the way?
He's kind of a little bit further back, because he was dealing with
Yeah,
the ones behind.
He's behind.
So-
My only thing is, are you going to have enough movement to get into that terrain and then back out?
Well, that's why I was doing the running jump. It's
Okay.
because that just takes care of 15 feet, which basically almost gets me to the middle where he was.
Okay.
So that's 5 feet to the middle. And then 20 feet out of it.
Okay.
So that's 40 feet of movement. Yeah, it's like really tight.
I would say you probably can't get around behind a building. You're going to
Okay, I'll get to the other side of the street then.
Yeah.
So then I take 25 feet of damage.
Okay.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Ow.
Which is
Pray for ones.
10.
Find
guys
the
keep-
tiny thorns.
This is not tiptoeing through the tulips.
Ew. Next up.
Wolf 5. And Adam, that's 18 damage.
Okay.
Other than being blasted in the face with fire, how's Rowe looking?
Rose
You don't
had
have to
better
give.
days.
Yeah, you don't have to give a number. Just give us a general indication.
Rose, a little rough right now.
Okay.
A little
Sorry.
A little rough.
Rowe.
rough.
So bad.
Shit. Wolf 5 was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. And Wolf 5, I think, was one of the ones hanging out with Ash.
Yeah. It's also, if you forget, it's in the chat.
Thank you. Bloop. Oh, snaps. He nat 20'd on his chomp chomp. So that's a crit.
Great.
So that's... 12. He does damage. That's close enough. And he's gonna do it again because he's feeling pretty good about chewing on armor, apparently. And that definitely did not hit, so Ash needs to do his save. Not 20. He's fine.
I thought that was a bad one. Cora's next.
Okay.
Go kitty.
Cora's gonna run up to Rowe and make good on her promise to cut his fucking head off. With that big silver axe. So she's gonna take a mighty swing, and as a matter of fact...
Boy.
Yeah. She's gonna go all in, because she's angry. She's gonna action search as well. And just attack, like, 4 times.
Oh gosh.
We'll see how this actually works, because my rolls never have not been awesome.
Adam's like, I was here for like 10 minutes.
That doesn't hit.
Happy to be a part of things.
Happy to be here for a minute. The second
I was told that I would be OP. I was told that I'd be OP.
I I was not told the level 5 chromatic orb would be shoved up my ass.
Where's my character sheet?
That did it, man.
I have my red dice. Where's my red dice? Let's see. So second attack does in fact hit. Third attack is garbage. Fourth attack does hit. So she got, fitty. And that is a 1d10. Wow. Oh, I don't like rolling those d10s. They show the doubly digits, and that's confusing to my stupid brain. 10.
Actually, I kind of nerfed myself in that chromatic orb. I should have had one more die.
Oh God!
Oh gosh!
Too late.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it now, but I still have one more level 5 spell slot left, just saying.
Good.
Freaking lore bard, man.
Well, the funny thing is, chromatic orb is a level 1 spell.
Oof.
That's nuts.
Yeah, you can do terrible things with
But
it.
you
though.
beef it up with the level 5. Right?
Yes.
Like that's what does it.
It's a badass when you know how to tune it right. She does 20 damage.
Ooh.
How you feeling?
Is it my turn after hers? I don't remember.
Yeah. It is.
Okay. So she's.
All right, so I'm like, ah! I am not looking good, and realizing that I am in dire straits, that I stand no chance with her in front of me, with this giant beast next to me, with somebody just conjuring up these burning hell orbs.
Fire marbles.
I pull out the greatest weapon at my disposal. And I, pained, I look to her and I say, if I don't return, then who will spare Alice?
What? She's dead. You're
No.
lying.
She's quite well.
Prove it.
I have nothing to show you, but if I don't return to my camp, there's no one to dismiss the order to inflict her with the same curse that I am afflicted with. That you are afflicted with.
Get out. Get out!
With much suffering and
Effort.
it's a lot of work, pick my bloodied, battered body up. And those that can follow me.
So, Jim Bob the werepug is probably not going
I simply give a motion.
The others that were engaging you guys howl
And I book it.
Yeah, as the one runs off from inside, it's like, see you next time.
Do they pass by the spike road?
Did Cora give me a signal to turn that off?
I mean, she probably would have given you guys the hand wave to stand down once you started talking about that.
I drop spike growth.
Yeah, I do not go to the window at this point in time because I really don't want to give them a good look at me.
Yeah, you don't want them to know who was throwing fire marbles.
I extra want to know who did that.
Oh, new vendetta now. I would like to know who was throwing fire in my face. Thank you very much.
But I still have one of these pinned under me. Just
Yeah, the one guy who couldn't really get up and follow, is in bad shape.
Let's just finish him out. No, let's not. I don't want to actually do that. I want to ask him stuff.
Yeah, that's why I didn't change back. I just got him pinned.
Curse.
It's handled.
I can help.
She marches up to where Triceratops has the other guy pinned, who just and just cuts his head off because she was in the mood for cutting a head off.
No Q&A session.
Oh, great.
I know where they are. How's everybody? Hurt? Anyone?
I'm
Yeah,
poking...
but only by my own doing.
I'm poking my head out the window. He just came in to chat. He didn't stick around.
Good. Ash is just kind of checking some teeth marks in his armor and whatnot.
I'll just pat him with a level 1.
Okay. How much are you healing him?
We'll find out.
Here is 1 hit point.
No, that's 6 because I have a +5.
Okay. So basically. Good. Okay.
That's
We
level
felt
1.
good.
Oh,
Well, ours actually was this session for once.
Yeah, Arzo did the clutch. I'm gonna burn the bad guy to death.
Oh, this is fine.
That was the game changer for me, man.
Look, I got this.
You know, maybe I need to rethink my
life. Maybe this was not a good idea.
Yeah, chromatic orb is a nasty
Shit,
spell.
she
If you
has
can get
friends
it.
now.
Damn it. All right. So yeah, Ash is just kind of checking to make sure he's all in order.
If anyone needs a curse removed, I have it ready.
Cora, for her part, has already stormed off inside the inn.
I'm gonna follow her and go in and sit at the tavern and start taking a rest.
Okay.
So that I can
guess-
use some dice.
I'm
Okay.
going to politely sweep up the glass since one werewolf came in because of me.
Okay, you find a broom and start sweeping up, cleaning up the inn, because you're nice like that. Ash...
I don't want to step on it by accident later, so.
Oh, yeah, because you're barefoot.
Yeah, that's true.
Ash steps back inside after just kind of pausing and looking at the Triceratops you just noticed.
Yeah, I'll drop it now.
Now.
Interesting spell.
Oh, I haven't done that in a while. That was so much fun.
You take your fun in interesting ways. Are you wounded?
No, I'm actually doing quite all right.
Good.
This time around, at least.
Well, thank you for not throwing lightning this time.
Yes, I was trying to be a bit more cautious this time.
Cork does laugh in the back. just trying not to, but
Yeah. So Ash heads inside. And,
What is-
Yeah, I'll follow behind.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna immediately just start pouring a drink
Okay.
for me and Cora and anyone
Okay.
else who storms in.
All right.
I'm outside. Do I hear it?
The Tavern Tabby.
Finally waking up for the day, and we were just from under the bar.
Yeah.
It's a person.
No, that was Tristan.
Oh.
That was his brother.
His brother. I'll look up. Did the Raven see that happening?
Hard to say.
Is she gone?
Are you outside?
Yeah, I'm outside.
Oh, okay. If you look up on the roof, you can actually see the Raven was watching flutters down, lands on your shoulder. Gives you a little nudge with her beak.
Do you think a curse removal spell will work?
Just kind of looks away.
Figured it would be harder in this weird land. Go inside.
Okay. You go inside. The raven stays on your shoulder.
Just hanging out in the
hanging.
Little bread for her.
Okay. She nibbles the bread. So you all kind of get yourselves settled a little bit in the tavern.
Is Cora sitting down at a table, or is she?
She's yeah, she settled herself down at the table where the weapons are and is just kind of putting the remainder away. Kind of, you get the sense that it's basically her just doing something to do something because she still has that angry energy about her.
So, would you like to talk about it?
What's to talk about? Sorry, I lied. A little.
We all do that.
Don't regret something that you did.
Yeah.
Because you had to.
Yeah. It's okay. I've kind of got it handled for now.
I can help.
How?
I can try something. A couple things.
I'd be pretty impressed if you could even do that.
It'd be worth a shot. If you'd like.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if this actually works. Because I have remove curse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna double check first. Werewolf buddies be like, I don't know if that works. Wow, that doesn't help.
I'm trying to see what it actually says.
Google did nothing for me.
We have all spells in a spreadsheet.
Oh, no. I mean, what are the curses? Because some places say yes. That works. If it's a bite thing. Some places say if it's like a willing thing, it might be more of a greater restoration thing.
I'm trying to see if it says anything here in the monster manual. Because I don't remember.
Audience? Question?
Okay, sometimes we do ask you guys to help us with rules. Sometimes.
What's a rule?
I think we can cure lycanthropy.
I mean, it says it's a curse, so...
Yeah. I mean, you're the DM.
Try it.
I'll do it. I just touch her.
We'll see what happens. Meh. Good job.
Yeah.
Seems to work.
I glow a little bit. Little
so
friendly tattoo glows.
You kind of the tattoos that are visible along your face kind of glow.
Just this one side.
Yeah. And you see some of that tension sort of dissipates a little bit. Huh. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
She reaches down and takes a little, like a talisman bag from around her neck. But I am still gonna owe someone a huge favor for this.
Was that somehow affecting it?
Yeah, Kinda, sorta, maybe paid a visit to the witch in the woods and, got a bit of help to deal with it in the meantime.
Hedda?
Oh, you've met her.
Indeed.
Yeah, yeah. So, she made that for me, and, well, I owe her a favor in return whenever she's ready to make good on taking it.
I turn to everybody and I say, 2 birds with 1 stone. What do you say to having Cora help us with finding the granddaughter?
I think we should find out a bit more about that first.
I don't really want to give her to her, but I feel... Did she seem like she had been alive for a little too long?
Hedda? She's been around forever. Well, I mean, practically forever. She's old.
Sure.
Also, she's a half-elf. Don't they live like a really long time?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah, right. I guess you'd know. It's like, half-elf here.
Well, we have the answer from the expert.
Yes.
Look, I don't know if he's just lying again or what, but I've got to see if Alice is still alive.
I'm guessing that's your sister.
Yeah.
No, this just get more complicated.
He's gonna know we're coming.
Well, I should think he's at least intelligent enough to sort that out anyway.
Yeah, although I don't think he expected you to throw a fireball in his face or whatever the hell that was you did.
Oh, that was the fireball. That was just a chromatic orb.
Okay, magic stuff. It burns. Good enough to me.
Fireball would have hurt all of you, so I didn't go for that.
Okay, good.
If
Thank
I'm
you.
saying casting it, please move.
You got it. Done.
The orb at least only hits what I tell it to hit.
Okay, good to know. My first magic lesson ever.
Well, this is going to be a bit of a problem. How many wolves does he have?
I don't know. When he brings them out in hunting packs, it's usually that half dozen like you see.
Well, we know that then.
Is it always the same half dozen?
Well, it wasn't today. We killed the other ones last night.
Well, one did get away, but...
I don't know. He may have quite a few. They turned a handful of people when they took this place. Where the heck else he got the rest of them, I don't know. But he's traveled from all over, so he's got friends from all over.
Could be people he brought from elsewhere then.
Uh-huh. Anyway.
Well, do we want to attempt to be clever about this, or shall we simply go straight in and hope for the best? By the way, that's not my favorite tactic.
Much as I'd like to chase him down right the fuck now, I don't know if that's smart. He took a beating, but so did we.
I do think we were on the better end of it, but yes.
Sure. Certainly a case of you should see the other guy. Let's get ready and make our way that way, but no rush. Should stake the place out first and see if we can find a better way in.
Or can we bring him out?
Wouldn't that be a bad thing since they need his word?
Well, if you can undo what they did, this glowy face.
My holy symbol is a little bit different than most.
Well, at least you can't lose it.
This is true.
That was the point.
I used to keep hiding the one at the court. The Shah thought it was funny, but no one else thought it was too amusing.
That seems kind of rude.
Shrug.
It really is, but it is funny.
To speak simply, the guy was an overbearing asshole. My
That's
job
fair.
is to bring humility when it's needed.
Fair enough.
Watching him jump up and down trying to take it from the top to the ceiling was actually pretty damn funny. The Shah told no one to help him.
Shah was not a very holy man, I guess.
Not particularly. He only cared about one god, and that was not him.
Well, let's patch ourselves up and head out that way. I don't know about luring him out. Even if you can just take that curse away, I don't want them to hurt her.
Well, here's a question. You know their lair, yes? Or at least where it is and what it is?
Roughly.
Any chance we could smoke them out?
Maybe. But if he's got her in there, I don't want to risk her getting hurt.
Do we know how big this lair is?
I haven't been inside.
Is it buildings? A cave?
It's an old cavern network. Some kind of... I don't know. I think it was an old mine at one point. But it's been abandoned since before even my father got here.
And us without a dwarf.
It may be possible to get in and see if she is there without having to go in at all.
How do you figure?
Most of us.
Or I can try something.
You could try something. I have learned many things over the last couple of years. When one needs to sneak in, it is best to be small. And I can be very small.
Sweet.
Okay.
And I can also be very silent.
That's fair. So you think sneak in, scout around, and come back?
I think so.
Okay.
If she is there, then full frontal attack. If not, then we draw him out and kill him.
How far is this cavern?
About a day's walk out.
More than 10 miles.
Give or take.
I'll need 2 ounces of his blood and we'll see. I might be able to look through his eyes.
I don't know if you'll find that much blood spilled, but the road's right there.
It'll be worth a shot.
She also...
Is there
Go
any upon your axe? Or did you already clean it off?
She kind of just shoved it back in there, so there's a bit, but not that much.
2 ounces is a lot of blood.
I mean, he was standing in one spot the whole time, so I feel like I'll be able to...
Yeah, but a lot of it would have fallen on that spike growth. Now it's dissipated.
Yeah. So there's probably not enough to...
Yeah.
You'd need a lot of blood.
Yeah.
He wasn't like dropping pools of blood, and half of his damage was fire oriented, so it cauterized immediately.
But
Okay, this was not a yeast game, so you can't paint with blood.
Did his buddies drop a lot? That are still alive. The ones that are still alive.
About the same.
Dang, okay. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Although you just reminded me. She marches on out, grabs the spear that was left behind, marches back in with it. Clean this up, it might be nice.
Cora, how is your defensive ability?
What's your AC?
16.
Oh.
She's fine.
Right. Yeah, she's
good.
fine.
She's a fighter.
No,
though.
because I was...
If you can get me close enough to your sister, I can put a death ward on her. And remove the curse.
Thank you. All right. So, scout first. Crush a bunch of bastards later, one way or another.
It'll certainly help if we know that whether or not she's there. If she's not, perhaps we seem to collapse the place on their heads.
That's fine with me too.
Are we planning on doing all of this fight perhaps tonight?
It's still the morning, so
rest. I'm gonna need a rest before I go in because I've burnt both my second level spells.
Okay.
So,
well, day's young, but we might as well take the time to prepare. Might be better if we hit them at night. Quite a few of them could be out away from the lair.
or sleeping.
Or that. All right. Night attack it is.
We're not going to get a long rest. All right.
Well, you're going to get a long rest if you just chill and take a nap in the day.
Yeah, it's 8 hours.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, we are? Oh, okay.
It's the morning. You guys just woke up and you had this fight.
We had breakfast and a fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is
and
like,
now it's like brunch.
It's like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. All right.
Rowe got you guys off to an early start.
Because if we're going to take another long rest and we get the benefits, I was going to try something.
Oh, okay.
Which is not related to the thing.
Oh, okay.
I'll just go back to my room and try to send a message to my bosses.
Okay.
Because I think this is another plane and not another world.
Okay.
In Rintia, kind of better weather. Don't know how long we'll stay. Also, wait, how many words is this? 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, 25. How many words is that? Weather.
It's like when you're trying to type a tweet.
Yeah. Need information. Live person becoming undead.
That's under 25.
Wow, okay.
I don't think it's going to reach them, but it's worth a shot.
Okay. You send that message out into the ether and hope you get a reply. But so far, nothing.
Yeah, that sucks.
So, your little raven friend just hangs out with you. Alright, so you guys all opt to rest for the day and gather your thoughts and make your plans.
Well, is it a day travel to get there?
Yeah, so you guys are probably, well, essentially you could start traveling in a bit and be assured you'll get there in the night. Or wait this day, take that full bit of rest and start the next morning and make it there by, or, next midday-ish and make it there definitely after nightfall.
I mean, that might be the way to do it, because I don't particularly think we want to be traveling, and I look over at Cora.
Yeah, alright. One more day and night. You on dinner duty? That stuff was good.
I live to serve.
Are there any more eggs?
Yes. I will even show you the chickens, and you can pick them out yourself. Especially for that orb you chucked in Rowe's face.
Enjoyable.
All right. So I think
this will be an adventure.
So I think with that, we will call it a night. And then you guys will be able to storm the Silvermane hideaway the next session, which is at a as yet unknown time.
Map cancelled.
Nope, map's still there.
Yeah, I know. Map cancelled this week.
Yeah.
Map postponed.
Yes. So, that is it. Yay to our wonderful guest who's a fantastic villain. A round of applause.
Thank you for joining us. Sorry about the orb.
You gotta be available next time.
Yeah. Be wary, we may keep you.
We got an entire city to explore, man.
Oh boy.
Indeed. So yes, if anybody is even still around and watching and wants to ask questions, we can hang out for a teeny tiny bit longer. Some of us can.
Yeah, I'm good though.
Briefly
It's gonna be
AFK.
another hour.
Yeah. Let's take a short, quick AFK break because I really need to potty.
Yeah. So drop any questions in the chat, please, folks.
Yeah. Drop questions and we will
Anyone's
BRB
still here.
if anyone is still here. If not, we'll just talk to ourselves and answer our own questions about life.
Okay.
That works.
Jess, you said you were gonna make me sadder than this. Just kidding. No,
But I thought I did.
you sent me 3 things.
What, you didn't feel bad for me when I got wrecked?
No.
Burn!
Hey, at least she's
Literally.
honest.
That's what I want.
All right. I shall be right back.
Same here.
This music.
I'll hang for a bit.
Thinking of Tiberius now.
Oh dear.
Let's see, are you happy you finally starting to get Sah'Shad backstory?
Yeah. I got Arzalan backstory. I got your backstory. I got a little bit of Xellos. You know. I also got some. I got some Cora. I'm a happy camper. Except Cork was not in the room for most of it. So that sucks. Should have left it. I should have left Fidget there. Just like take down everything.
Just chilling on the counter.
She likes to distract herself with your problems instead of hers. I didn't even. I'll wait for Jess. She told me like 3 things or something that I was supposed to be getting, and I'm like, I'm terrified. But she told this to me like the week we were supposed to play. I got moved, and then it didn't happen. And then I forgot about it, and then I remembered like an hour before the game, and I was like, oh no, I forgot. I hope you forget.
Oh no. What did I do?
The 3 things you said I would like get or whatever. And I was like, oh no.
I don't know. Was that 3? I kind of gave you one big chunk of memory.
Yeah, it was like 2 things and then like 1 small thing. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You did. I'm pretty sure you forgot because it was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Well, I
We were
kind of
talking about this.
Vaguely remembered at the last minute.
That's why. No, it was good.
Yay.
I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this.
I just want to see a baby Cork now.
You have seen a baby Cork.
Baby Cork.
You have seen her.
Oh yeah.
She talks like this.
She's so tiny.
She likes her mom and her dad. She's a little. She's fine. She likes bread. But why does she like bread?
Well, we know why now.
No, we don't. Well, some of it. We know a
Kind of.
little bit. It's gonna be
Because-
horrible
Because bread smells good.
because bread smells good. I wish your father were here. Oh, okay. Right in the kokoro.
Stabbing in the fields. Aw, thanks. Yeah, for any of you new folks, please do go catch up. It's a good time to do it because we're only like 5 eps in.
Yeah,
Not like 100.
Yeah, last episode had quite a bit of drama in it too.
Dude.
we brought some interesting drama. in
There's
there.
some bouncing.
And sniffing.
Yeah.
And growling and yeah.
That had nothing to do with the werewolves. Interesting.
No, yeah.
That was all outside of battle. Oh boy.
So yes, needless to say, Adam will be back the next time we play because Rowe is not dead yet. He's super good at not dying.
Maybe you actually get to see who's trying to fry you. Well, actually, the one guy knows because he actually charged through the window, so he actually saw me.
He got a look at your shiny golden
That's
face.
the first thing I'm going to be asking that guy.
What did you see in there?
What did your wolf
I
eyes?
saw a shiny golden god.
That's gonna be more.
Flaming fire.
It's gonna be like, I saw this puny gold-painted fellow.
It's been a long day.
Why does everyone think I'm painted?
Everybody just assumes it's golden body paint because they just don't know. What is the story schedule? Meaning when do we stream? Or
I can probably, by the way, make it the night of Anime NYC.
ooh, don't push yourself, please.
I need something to wind down from a Saturday con.
You're probably gonna be mentally dead though.
Oh, I mean, well, look how great that turned out last week. Last time.
So
It's
what
more in
weekend?
character.
So what weekend is that?
17. Because next week I won't have Wi-Fi on Saturday.
Okay. So 17th is a Friday.
Oh, 17th, 18th then.
18th. I mean, if you think you can do it, we can do the 18th if everyone else can.
I just gotta check if
can't-
it ends at 7 or if it ends at 8
Okay.
or later. I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
If not, then it'll have to be like the weekend.
Tentatively the 18th, but if that changes, we will let you all know on the Twitters.
Yeah.
So in terms of our streaming schedule, it is consistently Saturday nights at 6 Pacific. I'm mentally doing time zone math in my head
9.
because
Hey, don't do what I did.
9 Eastern. 6 Pacific.
6 Pacific, 9 Eastern, which means I have to change my schedule because I'm in fucking Arizona and we don't change our clocks.
Right. We go back an hour this weekend, so yeah.
I do nothing and I just watch everybody shift in time around me. I am a fixed point in time. So yeah, 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern on Saturdays. Which specific Saturday tends to vary, but we usually post a couple days in advance or...
Yeah, if you follow the Wishmakers Twitter, we always post and give plenty of notice and tweets and all that kind of fun stuff.
Don't give me so much credit.
Also,
We try.
Yeah. Also, if you feel so inclined to share and to tweet about us, as my kitty walks in, use the Wishmakers D&D tag that is at the bottom of our the bottom of our streamy thing down that way somewhere. That way, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere down there.
Yeah. Use that when you tweet about us, and also hashtag it D&D so we can get a little more exposure out in the worlds.
There is a not really spoilery but vague event thread on the Wishmakers Twitter.
Yeah.
That kind of dropped off when we were fighting because I had to pay attention. But that's there.
Yeah. So yeah, by all means, if you enjoy it, feel free to tweet about it or post about it in other circles.
Take your friends hostage and make them watch.
Or that. That's cool too.
Legal.
Any tips on trying to get used to not changing clocks? I wish I had some because I am a native of this fine state. So I've never had to change my clocks ever in my entire life.
I didn't have to change it for the first 17 years of my life. Then I moved here and I was like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah, basically you just have to realize in summer, Arizona is on Pacific time. In winter, Arizona is on Mountain time. That's basically how it works. I don't know what time zone we technically exist in. I think we're supposed to be Mountain Time. I'm just not sure. Most forums online now will flat out say Arizona time because we're special. It's weird. It's really weird.
Next time you see me, I will be in a different room. Probably the basement, freezing.
Ooh. Cool.
Bring a space heater with you?
Unless the boiler is really noisy.
I mean, if there is no better place to be playing D&D, it is definitely the basement. That's like canon D&D, right?
I mean, we might have we have the boiler there, so it'll be warm. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Neat.
Unless it's noisy, then GG.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll work it out. So, good fighting, you guys. I guess
Thank
I
you.
didn't make Rowe as OP as I thought. So there's that.
I mean,
To be fair, I the damage that I rolled, I did 22 damage to myself getting out of there because I really didn't want to be within arm's reach of Rowe. So,
Oh, but no growls, whatever that was. We were
yeah, I know he didn't see me for the entire fight.
Growl's pals.
growls, pals. I'm just picturing, a big wolf facing off with a big cat, and it's kind of funny.
It's okay, we'll leave him there. No, we'll just be on it. Sah'Shad is like hitting on like the girl and then the horse.
That didn't happen. He didn't turn into a horse.
It didn't.
I know. It almost did.
It was
Well,
hilarious.
my original plan was to like use the horse's jumping speed to like jump into the middle of them and then do like a boof shockwave and like push everyone. But then I realized I can jump farther as Sah'Shad, and I can't cast spells when I'm in wild shape. So it's like I'm just gonna do that. And then the rhinoceros happened, and Rowe like left. So it's like, well, okay, I guess I'll just stabby.
This is it. Basically, the original plan was I'm gonna jump there and stand in the middle of everything as a horse.
The original plan was basically I'm going to act as a tabaxi grenade. I'm going to run, jump into the middle.
All this explodey stuff.
This is what happens when you don't like strat.
We're just gonna blow everything up. It'll be fine. It's fine.
Before we didn't really have time to come up with a strategy, so
This is true.
That's fair.
This is also what happens when there's like 20 turns in a cycle. It's like the entire battlefield changes before it's my turn again.
Yeah, because we had 7, I think, on each side, basically.
Yeah. You could, if you want, you can like split them into groups of like.
Yeah, I forgot to do that this time because I was like, oh wait, I'm just gonna have whatever. Next time I'll just have them all do.
Yeah.
But hey, if you did that, we wouldn't have Derpy Wolf. So.
That poor guy.
yeah, and just think he's one of the ones that actually lived. So sorry, Adam, you still got to put up with your
Whatever he is.
We're gonna get home like 3 hours before him.
Look,
you made it!
welcome to the party.
God damn, they didn't chase. I was hoping they'd take care of him.
Why didn't the Triceratops land on that one? Hashtag he tried.
I'm just picturing somehow he shows up even more damaged than he left the fight. Like just the forest itself kicked the shit out of him on the way back.
I mean, maybe? Watch, he's gonna be the only one to survive storming the lair. And he will have a vendetta against you forever that he can just never fulfill because he's too inept.
I'm picturing either that or he's like the under guy to Hopper in A Bug's Life. And it's like, I never really wanted to be evil anyway. I'm gonna go to New Folk and join the circus or something.
Oh, God.
You should just join us.
No, we don't need the handicap.
Yeah, no, we don't.
If he's the lone survivor, can I roleplay him?
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Adam comes back every time as like the extra.
I'd be okay with this.
I want to show up as like a one-line merchant one time.
You
Cabbages.
Yeah, the cabbage
That'll be
merchant.
3 gold. And then just sit here for...
every few weeks, Adam will be here just to yell. That'll be 3 gold.
He's every merchant, and he looks the same in every city.
I'm
There-
like
that's
the
it.
Nurse Joy of Dungeons and
There's
Dragons.
some straight up JRPG shit right there. All the merchants look the same.
Yeah, Merle Party's like, this guy's stalking
They
us?
all look like Rose humans.
I'm just picturing like Bioshock Infinite, where they only have like
Rowe was a
3
merchant.
human models. So like you're walking down the street and it's like same guy, same guy, same guy. It's like New Folk is just all of the males look exactly the same, and they're all played by Adam.
Welcome to Adamtown. Population me.
I mean, in fairness, it's kind of like Skyrim, where like 90% of the NPCs all sounded
Yeah.
exactly the same. Because they had like 10 voice actors.
Here's Jim Cummings again.
Or Keith Silverstein, or like the 5 people they had. Jason Marsden was every young guy.
Every new city we're in, is that the werewolf guy?
He looks so familiar.
Can all of my
Switch
robots
hats.
also be werewolves?
But they're nice werewolves.
Yes.
But who are also lusting after advanced technology? So it's just every sentence is the same thing.
Spoilers. Rowe is a clone from a
Oh,
science experiment. Landed in Rinthia.
Was broke.
Does Rowe get any official art?
Yeah, he's gonna be Chihuahua.
No.
Oh boy.
No.
I'm not even mad.
Where?
The other guy will be a pug werewolf now, though. You
That's
can't.
awesome.
There's
Please
no
do.
taking back.
Just
the
give him
pug.
like a snaggly tooth, and yeah.
Renegade? Yes. I am a fan of this plan.
The 3 gold trader.
Everything 3 gold.
You guys haven't even met the cool merchants I've made.
We gotta
Yeah,
get
because we
there.
haven't even gotten to the
I
city.
know.
We've been stuck in the freaking forest.
It's like that. Hey, you guys are about to get out of the forest.
Mm-hmm. Every session, we go like a little bit farther.
Yeah, inch
and
a
then
little
the-
closer.
No, the
Well,
distance
it's
like,
literally the
shorter.
epitome of 1 step forward, 3 steps back. Because we go, hey, there's the city. Oh, there's something shiny over here.
So, RPGs, open world RPGs,
Basically.
basically.
Now,
It's Legend of Zelda.
What main storyline? Side
And now,
quests.
and this time we didn't even leave the city.
Nope.
I mean, what's really bad is we still have a side quest waiting for us when we get to New Folk.
I really like Cork doesn't believe this lady at all.
Cork's like, she's shady as fuck.
Cork's like, I don't think, even if she's a half elf, that they live that long. She looks like she's been too long on this world, and I'm not okay with that.
Old head has seen a few things.
Hey.
You're welcome. The creepy old lady voice is so fun.
So, did you have fun, Adam?
Oh, I had a great time.
Yay!
Awesome.
Wonderful.
You could
That is
see
what
in
we
his
aim
eyes
for.
he wanted to laugh at some parts, and he just
No, I've been really enjoying you guys ever since you launched. So
Yay!
I'm pretty touched to be a part of it.
Of course.
yeah, now you're stuck.
Yeah, like I said, we might keep you if that's okay.
I mean, I guess.
You know, just stuck in a closet we're not using yet, you know.
Indeed.
I
All
have
right.
some Cora stuff planned, but we gotta. And Hedda's had some designs. Jess, I don't know if anyone else, if I shared that to the group, but I did do some designs for Mommy Cork.
Yay.
Which is like sad as heck because she's so pretty.
She's so beautiful.
I kind of thought you were going to go with Mommy Sah'Shad there for a little bit, and I got really disappointed.
Can we have Sah'Shad in a cooking apron?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get the hell out of the kitchen, but not it.
Get out of
He's
my
like
kitchen.
feral. His like feral eyes just like leave. Dutch angle.
I really want the comic strip of
POV.
get out, and then it's just you guys outside the door.
I want to see.
The door opens and it's just a paw with the wine bottle.
Yeah, I want to see him pushing
Slams.
the entire party out and take this.
You know when somebody goes into someone's room with like a camera and they're just like shoving them out? It's gonna be that POV where it's like and there's just like this giant paw in front of like what looks like Xellos' armor.
So awesome. All right.
Feral look in his eyes.
Well, then, I think we are good on the stream, you guys. So thank you everybody who has stuck around with us and been watching. We love it. We appreciate it. Share,
really
like,
do.
blah blah, all that stuff.
I think we
you
just got a
enjoyed
buddy that literally just
I
hopped in right now.
know.
Oh,
sorry. We're actually
got here.
wrapping up, but
Watch us on YouTube.
watch.
Yes.
Yes.
All the
Watch
VODs are in
YouTube.
the
It's them all on
YouTube.
YouTube.
You can
Actually,
catch
it's
up on
on-
YouTube.
It's also on Twitch, right?
Yeah,
Twitch
the
Review?
VOD will probably go up.
It'll stick around for a little while, but
Yeah.
everything's permanently
Yeah.
uploaded to our YouTube page.
Yeah.
So
It'll be here for 2 weeks.
go visit there and subscribe so that we can get an actual URL.
Yes. Subscribe
Where's
to
the-
us on YouTube
Wait,
and make
what's
your
her-
friends subscribe.
What's our link?
It's that
Remember,
giant
taking
jumble of
hostages,
symbols in the
taking
chat
them prisoner,
right
and
now.
all that great stuff, that is completely
Oh, right.
legal for getting them to subscribe.
Yeah, yeah. Subscribe, please.
Possible podcast at some point in the
yeah,
future.
when
Everything dies out.
when this jerk gets the time to edit all the audio someday. Sorry.
Also, potentially something releasing soon as Jess gets me the video files.
Everything is on
Oh,
me.
my-
It's fine. I'm good. I'm just sleep. What?
DM life now.
Yeah. Hashtag
Oh.
DM life.
Yeah, big sorry at everybody who was waiting for the intro that didn't come. We got swamped.
Yes. Stupid. Stupid.
That's coming at some point.
It is. It
It'll
will
just
be.
be
Yeah.
like
We have
really-
so many good ideas, so
The-
little time.
Yeah.
That's that one is actually the intro that you recorded
yeah.
for Cork. Because
Yeah.
it's already there's no more spoilers in it.
We're polishing it up though, because the
That-
so-called video I put together is garbage. Because I'm not a video editor. That's Chris's job.
You put a video on it?
Uh-huh.
What?
It was like a screenshot. That's it. So it's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's just to make it look pretty when you're
Yeah.
watching.
He's gonna do something better than I could ever do because.
But you're not gonna touch the audio.
No, the audio's fine.
Okay, because I'm also gonna do an animatic.
Yeah, no, the audio remains and will be released when I get him the stuff he needs. But I had a last-minute crisis and change of heart on the logo, so you know.
You know, that happens.
Design.
Yeah, there's gonna be like 2 versions of each, probably, if we do it this way for all of them. Which will be like, I guess, one still, and then one for me for my animatics.
Oh, you're ambitious. You're gonna do animatics for everything, huh?
It's a portfolio.
Oh, that's true.
I'm gonna be honest. It's
That's why I do like 90% of the things I do.
Sweet.
Yeah, like the height chart portfolio.
Totally. Sweet. All right. Well,
I do. Well,
we shall see you guys the next time. We will have Adam joining us again to be our lovely villain. We'll see if they actually kill him this time or if he bails or whatever. He likes living, so you know.
Just pop up every now and then.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble next fight with him, aren't I?
Oh yes.
His henchmen are going to have a little reporting.
Can we change how you look to like not 90?
Human Arza, lol. Polymorph him, it's fine.
Yeah, well, as long as I still
Let's
kind of
put
mess
dirt
back.
all over Arzalan.
How about I just somehow
Again.
magically level up so I can learn alter self and just...
There you go.
Yeah,
That way
true.
people won't ask questions anymore. Alright.
anyways, bye people.
Farewell, good night,
Good
stay safe, have a lovely weekend.